Ladies and gentlemen, episode number 654. We are live in the land of red. We are on YouTube, and this is our inaugural, our very first episode of TWA In Your House live. Of course, TWA In Your House, usually a pre-recorded show that gets uploaded to our YouTube channel, to our library of content. Today, because we did say that we were going to, in addition to running our WCW show on YouTube, we're also going to be running once to twice a month a live version of TWA's In Your House. So today is the beginning of that trend, and we have a fire 9-match event card. It is going to be an absolute thrill ride. Championship matches from tone setter to main event, and it'll include matches you wouldn't normally see on TWA In Your House. For instance, the TWA World's Championship is on the line today. The WCW World Heavyweight Championship is on the line today. The Underground World Championship is on the line today. It is an absolute spectacle that is about to unfold, so you definitely don't want to miss a single solitary second of the action. But before we get to, begin with matches and conversations, we got to introduce and acknowledge Moon Raider, who's already on the broadcast booth, ready to get things rolling. Moon, how was your day? Anything, you've been watching sports most of the day, have you not? Moon Raider's ignoring us. How dare he? I apologize for his ignorance, everybody. Moon Raider is in his own little world right now as he's catching up on sports highlights and getting prepared to watch the Yankees and the Blue Jays play. Blue Jays are actually doing really well this season. They're the top of the league, which is weird because, they do have 60 losses, I think. It's weird to see 60 losses, but you're still the top of the league. But it's I don't watch as much baseball as I used to. I was talking about this with Moon Raider earlier, I actually prefer to watch baseball during the playoffs, because like any other sport, they're at the top of their game, they're playing harder, it's more exciting. I find a lot of regular season baseball games kind of like watching paint dry. It just depends who you're watching, what game, who's playing. Rocky says, Moon is fired. And, hey, sir, how you doing? I'm doing well. We're about to have our inaugural episode of TWA's In Your House Live. Again, it's going to include matches you wouldn't normally see in TWA In Your House because it's mostly pre-recorded shows. But again, I did mention yesterday, I believe, that we were going to be doing a live version once to twice per month. Today, it begins the trend, as I said. Today begins the trend, my friend. 9 matches of pure fire, championship matches all day long. But yeah, Moon is fired. He didn't respond. He just kind of.
What's that?
Oh, well, we were just asking how your day was. What's anything?
My day's been good. Just basically, I had a drink at a local pub I was at.
Oh, you went to a local pub today?
Yeah, I did.
Nice. What's the name of the pub?
It's called Frog and Toad. It was.
It's called what?
Frog and Toad.
Frog and Toad?
Yeah.
Interesting. Is there a lot of the times, especially in places like the UK, Europe, a lot of the times names of establishments have meaning behind them. So is there any reason they called it Frog and Toad?
I am not really sure.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's just it's just a popular pub to go to and have a good time.
And it's also, should I say, just around the block or house of where I currently live.
Oh, well, that's convenient. No, I just wondered if Frog and Toad had some sort of, meaning, other than Frog and Toad type of thing. Like I said, a lot of the times, places, especially pubs, they have some sort of a meaning behind their name that they've given their establishment, so I just wondered if that was the case there as well. So yesterday's show was fantastic. Of course, we did have that technical difficulty right before the main... sorry, not the main event. It was the co-main event. We had to carry on after some production difficulties and continue with our co-main and main event. But it was a great show nonetheless. Great matches. We had a couple of new champions. We have a brand new one champion from Team Rocky Cross, of course. And, you know, we had 2 championships change hands yesterday. So it was a very interesting day. You know, because there was 4 championships on the line and only 2 changed hands. So that's a good day, because there's many shows where every championship changes hands. There's some shows where no championship changes hands. At least we crowned a couple of new champions yesterday at the end of the day. But yeah, what did you think of the show yesterday?
It was good. It was good, though. Glad that Queen got the W.
She did, and she's actually booked again today, actually. She is booked again today. I don't know where Luke the Gooner is. I did send him an invite. He is late for work. I hate tardiness. How dare he?
Too busy at the shrine.
He probably is too busy at the shrine. As ghastly as that is to think about, but you're probably not wrong. Before I forget, though, which team are you a fan of? The Jays or the Yankees? Or both? I don't
say
know.
The Yankees, because it's because it's like, I used to wear the Yankees hat, like I was wondering at first on what the fucking NY was.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, this was years ago, and then basically was wondering on who they were first thing, and then they have a pure history in the MLB.
I'm watching while cooking. And Tessa is at Hen Do Party. First of all, what is a Hen Do Party? Second of all, what are you cooking? I just had a bowl of cereal. I was lazy. I was hungry, but I wasn't hungry enough to make like a meal. So I couldn't think of anything I really wanted to snack on, so I went with cereal. That was my go-to for the afternoon so far. There are a pub here called Fox and Hound, named after a famous fox that survival the hound hunt. Oh, interesting. Well, that's what I mean. A lot of pubs, you know, they have a meaning behind their name, so I just wondered if Frog and Toad was a similar situation.
It's like with the Queen Victoria as well.
Named after the Queen?
I think it's named after Queen Victoria.
Yeah, clearly, right? It kind of goes without saying, I suppose. But
there's one on it, even though there's
I'm
one
surprised
on
they named anything.
Too.
I'm surprised they named anything after Queen Victoria. That chick was a tyrant. She was not a nice. She was not a great ruler, you know. she was a little bit crazy, that one. I mean, I suppose, you know, most people that come to power, especially the power of a monarchy, especially back in the day when they were, you know, when they didn't give up most of their power to a government in favor of the people, but yeah, I think there was a lot of tyranny going on. I think there was a lot of bad monarchies, and people with power do strange things. Some do, some don't. But it's just one of those things. And people like power. But have you ever actually researched Queen Victoria?
If I'm right or not, I think I've learned. About the Victorians. One of the things I've know is about the iron that you used to use back in those times.
Yeah. Yeah, you should look her up sometime and just read some of the things about Queen Victoria. I'm sure it'll list some good things, but I mean, she was a little cray-cray, that one, for sure. But anyways, all homemade. Sorry, what's homemade? Oh, I gotta hold on. I'm cooking barbecue chicken with noodle and spring. What kind of noodle are you using? There's a Queen Victoria pub on a TV soup called EastEnder.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. There is one, and there's some nearer in, I think somewhere in my hometown.
That's close.
Where I got brought up from.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, is that like somewhere close to where you live, or no? But
I think we do have. I think there's multiple ones here. I'm not really 100% sure. Like here in the UK.
over here, sometimes we get, say, like Irish pubs, quote unquote, that open up. But then, like, most of the time, shortly after, they get bought out and become something completely different than they were, and they're just not. I like to go into a nice pub and sit and enjoy myself, but it's hard to find a good pub. Here, anyways. I mean, clearly probably not where you're from, but here, it's hard to find a decent pub. It really is.
There's different
Mufasa!
I mean,
it
has the same type of like pub, like old Get Guy, Guinness, and all that
Yeah.
all the other drinks in there, like Smirnoff, which is one of the alcohol drinks I have at times. And there's one here in the UK. There's other pubs here in the UK. There's like Weatherspoon pubs as well, or Toby Carvery, and others like those type of under those names.
I mean, most people over here, when we think of like the UK and Britain and stuff, we picture just a fucking pub on every goddamn corner. This is what we picture. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way people do. Like, Americans, when they picture Canadians, they think we live in fucking igloos and stupid shit like that, right? Because anybody in the history of mankind's ever lived in a fucking igloo. They were fishing huts. I mean, it was an enclosure made of ice. I don't think you're going to live in that too long. You know, whether you've got a source of heating for it or not. But, so it's the same for everybody. So when we think, because we're very close, we have very close tie. We're part of the British Commonwealth. We know all the history of the UK and Great Britain, and we know more about the United States than they probably know about themselves, and they know absolutely nothing about us. So it's just one of those things. But one of the weird myths is, well, not weird, funny, I guess, in a way, because, you know, you guys love your beer and your ales and everything over there. So, but we picture that we go over there and we're just gonna find a pub on every corner that we can enjoy. That's what we picture when we think of going over. But I don't know how true that is. I don't know how easy it is to find a pub or a joint to go have a good time. But it's just one of those. What's the word I'm looking for? It's kind of like stereotypical, I suppose, for lack of a better word right now. That's what I'll go with. But yeah, how hard is it to find? Like, do you guys have a lot of pubs?
There's like 3 to, well, technically 2, 3 or 4, round about, at least in that range where I'm at. Like where I live, basically there's one basically, like there's a little trouble, but other than that, there are some other ones that are quite small, like small pubs and that.
Yeah.
Like the one I go to, like Frog and Toad that I go to and that.
It's such a funny name.
So there's
Frog and Toad.
There's one called the South and Bell too, which is also not that further. I mean, a little further away, but kind of still nearer, local.
Gotcha. Rocky, do you have a favorite pub? Oh, Curry and Peri Peri Noodle. Nice. Nice. What's up, Archer? Mufasa says, well, Mufasa, what's up is a 9-match event card. Championships from tone setter to main event. It's, of course, our inaugural live episode of TWA's In Your House, so we've stacked the card. It's going to be a thrill ride in itself, so you definitely want to hang on to your lug nuts because we're going to give you an overhaul. But, so yeah, curry and peri-peri noodle, that sounds good. I mean, I like peri-peri in general. Peri-peri chicken's very good, for instance. I like things like that. So, but I mean, you gave me, like, what kind of noodle are you utilizing, though, is what I meant by what kind of noodles are you using. Which I thought kind of meant the same thing, but you went with flavor. You went with flavor on that. But anyways, while we continue our conversations, I'm sure we're going to have many of, we're going to continue that conversation with Moon about pubs, and I still think Frog and Toad is a funny fucking name. But let's get things rocking and rolling with our tone setter of the day. It is for the TWA World Tag Team Championships. It is Lady Death Authority challenging the Outlaws. Britt Baker and Amber Extreme, Morgan James, Tessa James. It is going to be a slobber knocker. Let's get things rocking and rolling, shall we? Sadly, unfortunately, Rocky, we cannot have betting lines, as I'm sure you would like to. But yeah, we cannot have betting lines, unfortunately. What we can have are banger matches, and that's exactly what we're going to do today. From tone setter to main event, it is going to be a fire show. But here we go. Lady Death Authority, as they like to be called. I just call them Death Authority, but they do like to be called Lady Death Authority. Versus the Outlaws, one of the greatest women's tag teams and factions of all time. Who is walking out with the TWA World Tag Team Championship? We're about to find out. I think I'm caught up on chat. Yep, okay. So you got four. So you said you have 4 pubs near you. So what's the radius there? Like, are you in a small town, or are you in a bit of a bigger city?
Should I say I am like here, like in the, how am I gonna put it? It's just like trees, you know, like countryside, like even though I'm further away sort of thing from the countryside and stuff.
Right, so you're like rural type of thing. You're not in the city, but you're not directly in the country either.
I'm still in the city. I'm just like from
outside of town.
High street.
Right. But is that town, like, is it a bigger town, or is it like, is 4 pubs quite a few pubs to have for where you live?
It's quite like a small high street town, whatever it's called. It's like when going somewhere, basically going across to the other town, got to go through a countryside and highways and that.
Right. Okay. So 4 pubs is probably, you know, not a very high number. It's kind of just that meets the needs of the area, basically. Because I'm sure you got rules over there with how many people you can have in any one establishment, much like we do here. So if you can't go to one spot, you're going to go to another. But I just, like I said, I was curious. Like I said, when we picture going over to visit, we think we can just walk into any city and find dozens of pubs so we can go attend, because, you know, again, I mean, that's no surprise. You guys love your pubs and your beer and your ales and everything else, so it's just something. But yeah, no, I just wondered if 4 pubs was a lot for where you live. Like, is that if that was a large amount of establishments? But if it's a bigger place, then I guess 4 would be probably necessary, type of thing. But where I live, sadly, there's not really any enjoyable places to go. You know, there's places you can go, but stupid shit happens at those establishments, and it, you know, tends to put a damper on your evening when you go, type of thing. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. There's nothing worse than going out for a night with your friends and you can't enjoy it because somebody starts acting a fool, you know what I mean? You end up babysitting instead of having a good time. So I was reading some information on AJ Lee's contract, and it turns out that this is not going to be a one-off thing. It's not a one-off deal. She has signed a new contract. So it'll be interesting to see exactly what that entails. You know? Because pretty sure she still has other endeavors outside of the business that she'll have to tend to here and there. So it'll be interesting to see exactly. Evan Odie is on the broadcast booth. Welcome in, my friend. Appreciate you being here.
Hello.
You made it just in time for the Tone Setter. That was excellent timing.
Oh, you haven't started the show yet.
No, we're just getting underway. We were just talking about AJ Lee's contract. That she just signed a new contract, and it's not reportedly going to be a one-off situation. So I was saying it's going to be interesting to see exactly what that entails, how many dates she's going to be working, how involved she's going to be. Obviously, she's going to be involved pretty heavily with the whole Seth Rollins-Becky Lynch storyline. But how long are they going to play that out before they finally turn it into Seth versus Punk again, and of course AJ versus Becky? We kind of touched base on this yesterday. A little bit when we were talking about being a little bit tired of the Becky Lynch situation. You know what's funny is because most people I know do like Becky Lynch, but they're all saying the same thing. It's just kind of tiresome. Like she's not. And the weird thing is whatever gimmick it is, she's calling herself the man. But at the same time, it's more like she's acting like big-time Bex. Like, it's what she's trying to pull off is sort of confusing at the moment, too, other than the fact that she's squashing our new up-and-coming talent and interrupted a perfectly good Intercontinental Championship run, to which would have been, put up for grabs against other rising stars coming up from NXT and everything else. I mean, that just got squashed because now Becky Lynch has it, and it's not like she's just gonna, offer out championship matches to. Again, she didn't even put Lyra over. She put her over one time, but when there was gold on the line, she just couldn't do it. I don't know.
She gets bounced into the corner.
Even if it was a booking decision, if you're Becky Lynch, you can make some, you can say, no, I think we put over Lyra.
Just using their foot as a weapon.
And allow her to continue building her career and continuing on to challenge and accept challenge from people coming up. But that didn't happen.
Here's a tag.
But it's just one of those things.
Opponent off the ropes.
You like them, but you don't necessarily like what they're doing in the moment. You can't not like Becky Lynch. I mean, she's been fantastic for the women's division. She's been great for the business, but it's just, I don't know. The only reason that I can tolerate it right now is because they've managed to drag AJ Lee out of retirement, brought her, because now it's interesting. Now it's a little more interesting, but I don't know.
She's in that zone. Total focus on the competition.
I'm still wondering what's going on with Chris Jericho, too. Has anybody read anything new about Jericho at all? I know he had a new... Pretty sure he had a new single for Fozzy come out not long ago. I think so, but there's that. I can't remember the name of the song. I did listen to it, though, and it was good. It's weird that Fozzy became decent in the music industry. I remember when he first formed the band and started talking about going on tour, people back then were like, oh, he'll never make it, he's not going to make it in the rock world, and this and that. And some people just have a knack, Some people just have a knack for making things succeed. But one thing that didn't succeed, actually I shouldn't say that, it started succeeding but then ended fairly miserably, was his AEW run. I was disappointed with Chris Jericho's overall AEW run. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if you're Tony Khan and you bring Chris Jericho into the business and you're trying to change things up, which they obviously wanted to keep changing things up. He changed personas how many times in a short amount of time at AEW. But if you're Tony Khan, you want to change things up, what would you have done differently with Chris Jericho to continue as opposed to what we ended up with, which is apparently Khan and him not even speaking for weeks at a time?
I couldn't tell you.
No. I guess you kind of got to be in the moment, really, right? Mm-hmm. But
Lighten up the chest, and now
I just wonder what led to the whole...
The champion is just
Because clearly they got along just fine in the beginning, right? I just wonder what happened there that soured that relationship.
And she makes the tag.
Maybe him in interviews talking about how never say never about going back to WWE while he's still under AEW contract. I don't know. Maybe that's it. Or has something to do with it. I mean, that probably didn't sit well with Tony. I couldn't imagine. I mean, if a WWE superstar said he'd be open to going to AEW while still under contract and still performing, they'd probably be future endeavored, right? I mean...
They are looking to
Sorry, say that again?
I would change the learning tree gimmick as well.
The learning tree gimmick?
Chris Jericho. Yeah, I think the Chris Jericho gimmick from
the Wizard?
early days of AEW was fantastic.
The Wizard, Chris Jericho?
No, the one before that, the Champion.
Yeah. Le Champion, yeah. I agree that
Alpha.
I mean, he pulled everything off. The thing with it is it's like, why are we changing him up so often? Like, it's not like he was there 10 years and they changed him once or twice. He's been there for, what, 3 years? Maybe 4? And they've changed his gimmick 4 times, 5 times? So, that's a lot. That's like, you're getting into Boss Apollo neck of the woods here. You know, when he kept changing his tag team name from, the Public Enemy to all the different names he's had. The Ascension. The funny thing is, on a few occasions, Boss had really great success with it before. Like, this is before this season, and he's done very well this season. And of course, he joined forces with Team Rocky Cross and became part of the Death Authority. But, there was a couple times where Boss was actually doing really well on his own. And while being on a winning streak and doing the things he was doing, he decided to change things up. And it's like, whoa, that's weird. But that's kind of what they did with Chris Jericho, though. But I just wonder what happened to sour that relationship. I don't know.
Yeah, the freaking learning tree gimmick was at the late stages was just stale as hell.
Yeah, that's actually a perfect way to put it. Ooh, goddamn. Morgan James with a 619 Shades of Rey Mysterio there. Ooh, Superman punch. Damn. That was badass spear right there. They might have broke a rib or two there.
This was almost over.
Good lord. But yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the learning tree either. Mufasa says, I would change the learning tree shit. Yeah, that's what Moon was just talking about, and I do agree with both of you. I think I would change. I did not. It was just, I don't know. I didn't mind when he changed to the Wizard. At first it was entertaining. But that's another one that got stale quick. Le Champion was his best. There were so many different ways to make that particular one work. But then they just, like I said, they kept changing. I don't know. I think, what would be cool is to see him do something in between the list of Jericho and Le Champion. A gimmick that's like 50-50 of that, you know what I mean? Elements of the list of Jericho era and elements of the Le Champion era.
She can be caught here. Bad situation for her. Stunning display of power.
Oh shit! Look at that, just like that. That is it. That is all. The winners of the match, and still TWA World Tag Team Champions, and winner by submission. It is the Captain, Dangerous Amber Extreme, and Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. They are the Outlaws from Team Joe Link. So congratulations to Team Joe Link and the Outlaws. Big win over Lady Death Authority, retaining the titles. Going home happy they are. Going home happy they are. 2 Superman punches and ace. Yeah, that was badass. That was badass. I don't, because I was reading the chat and talking with Moon for a few minutes there, so there's a little bit of the match I missed there. I don't know what happened. It looked to me like Lady Death Authority were on their way to possibly defeating the champions and dethroning them, but that did not happen. So I don't know what I missed or what turned the tides, but damn. I mean, sure, I'm getting to watch the replays now, but it's not going to show me exactly what happened to turn the momentum. It did not look like... But, I mean, then Amber locked on that armbar, though. That is a fierce, fierce submission hold. The Outlaws victorious and still your reigning defending undisputed TWA World's Tag Team Champions.
Making their case for one of the best teams around with that win.
All right. Here we go, on to our next match. It is for this time it's a trip to the men's division. Again, for the TWA World Tag Team Championships. Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, who picked up a huge win yesterday, challenging the Ego Club. Zach Payne and Dominic Mysterio looking to dethrone them and go home with the gold. They are no strangers to being tag team champions. This is one hell of a matchup. I expect it to be very high octane, and it is going to be fast paced and likely right full of action from bell to bell. So let's get things rocking and rolling here. I keep looking at my screen thinking I can create a betting line. That's what was just tripping me up. I'm like, oh yeah, I can't do that here. Rocky Cross must be very disappointed right now. He can't make any bets.
Can't really do anything.
No.
Sit there and watch. And listen to a stream of people actually talking.
All right, here we go. Nope, not ready yet. Now we are. Time to turn and burn. Motor City Machine Guns versus the Ego Club.
We're about to witness the result of nearly 2 decades of teamwork.
Yeah, so anyways, yeah, I don't know what happened there, but I mean, I'm not going to lie, I'll be just as happy to see Chris come back to the WWE anyways. I understand why he went there, I wasn't really a fan of the whole concept. He did do some interesting stuff while he was there. And then, you know, obviously towards the end, not so much.
Corey, how do you think these superstars feel about competing here on Thanksgiving? They should feel honored, Cole. As you know, Thanksgiving has a long-standing tradition of
not so much.
More prestigious nights on the sports entertainment calendar.
It's beauty.
This is the house show arena?
This is the TWA in your house arena, yep.
Here comes trouble.
Usually meant for pre-recorded house shows, but today, a live version. First ever. But I mean, we did talk about this, we've talked about it more than once actually. I said I was going to be doing at least a couple of times a month, a live version of In Your House. But it will be, you know, primarily pre-recorded house shows, as usual. Zach Payne and Dominic Mysterio ready to defend their gold. They have been champions since July the 18th.
And guys, what a thrill it must be.
I believe this is their third defense.
Especially considering what this day has meant to this industry.
I believe it is.
For decades, Thanksgiving was considered one of the biggest nights of sports entertainment. And that tradition continues here tonight.
But yeah, so it should be interesting to see when Jericho... I mean, all rumors point to Jericho showing back up at some point. I'm thinking Royal Rumble might be a good opportunity. You know, that's usually always a good time to bring in people that are returning, etc. But
the following contest is a tag team match.
I don't know.
And is for the Wrestling Alliance.
The other thing is, what do they do with him? Where does Chris Jericho fit in?
Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 420 pounds. Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, the
Motor City Machine Guns. Representing Team Luke the Gooner 94.
And their opponents at a combined
He just sent me a message. You live?
428 pounds.
I mean, that's why I said the broadcast booth is open. How dare he?
Dominic Mysterio and the Phantom Zach Payne. The Club.
The Club. They are the Ego Club. How dare they?
You make a case as one of the best teams ever.
They are definitely that. They do get some things right. Alright, here we go. It's a shame we can't have betting lines. Which keeps tripping me up, because I keep thinking there should be a betting line there, and there's not. But I can't create one, because, you know, we're on YouTube. We're not on Twitch. Let's see, I got some catching up to do here. AJ Lee, she signed a 5-year deal? Interesting. Do you have a source to that? I haven't seen that. I knew she signed a contract, a new contract, and it wasn't a one-off, but I hadn't seen that. So that's interesting. Tessa's version of Tessa and Morgan are completely different and badass. I mean, you know, they're in a different universe. You know, generally speaking, things are going to be different from universe to universe. Chris said on his live stream he's going to bring someone back to WWE with him if he does come back, and he wants to fight KO and Sammy. Well, yeah, that makes sense, I suppose, but I wonder who he would bring, though. There's an interesting question for everybody. Who would Chris Jericho bring with him? I know, right? That opens up a lot of possibilities. But who? But through cross.
Whoa! Just in time. I thought this thing was over. Got out of there at the perfect time. Oh,
that might be interesting.
He tags in his partner.
That might be. I think he said he's retiring from wrestling, though, isn't he?
Loving blow.
I haven't heard.
I'm pretty sure he's. Yeah.
Elbow as a weapon.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing, it's pro wrestling, right? Never say never. When WWE calls with a big payday, what are you going to do? People knock it all the time, right? It's like, oh, they should have just said no. Yeah, because you're just going to say no to $2 million for an appearance. You know, that's something everybody does on a daily basis. I'm not saying everybody gets that kind of payday, but some of them are, though. You know, but even if it's $500,000, or how do you say, nah, I'm not interested in $500,000. You know what I mean? It's just like, don't tell me that if WWE called your ass and said, hey, we're going to pay for all expenses for you to get here and to return, and we're going to give you a big fat payday to come on the show, you're going to say, no, not today.
He gets out of the way.
You know what I mean? Fuck that shit. You're going. You're going.
So well.
You know who I really still want to see in and I know we're still a little while off of it happening, but I'd still like to see MJF in the WWE. And, you know, obviously in the past he's specifically said he would love to have a WrestleMania moment at some point, so we know it's not out of the realm of possibility. Just the direction that AEW's been going in, I would like to see him somewhere else. Now he's locked in for another, what,
And that'll put an end to this submission.
2 years, I think, because he signed a 4-year deal, right? $60 million for 4 years. I'm not sure what he did. You know, I understand he's one of the bigger stars there, especially at the time, but I don't understand what he's done in the business to be worth $15 million a year. Like, I like MJF a lot, I really do, but that was crazy. I think that was just to keep him there so he wasn't going somewhere else, is I think really what that was, because you got to look at MJF and know that he's only going to keep getting better and better, and you know, he's been good for that company when they were doing certain things correctly, right? But I'd like to see him obviously in the WWE. Oh, I thought we were going to get a fucking cat. Look at Saban. He doesn't even know that Dominic's behind him. He's in trouble here. Oh. Yeah, now he's in the bag of his head. He did. Saw that one coming, apparently.
That's what your teammate is for. Drop by the Inzaguri.
Wow.
Dominic's looking absolutely powerless.
Chris Saban. Looking to finish off Dominic Mysterio here. But yeah, so other than Jake Hager, I'm still trying to think who he might bring with him.
Super kick. Thinking of going high risk here. And there's the tag. It's about time.
Tessa said she's going to change the name of the outfit of Lady Death Authority because she doesn't like them.
He comes to the rescue for his team.
Rocky Cross is calm this week. I'm putting 75,000 on this team. I mean, you can't even make a bet, sir. There is no betting line. Nice try, I'm fired. Yeah. I mean, I do have some things set up on Stream Elements now for the YouTube side of things, but they don't seem to be. Again, it's one of those things. Stream Elements sometimes works well with YouTube and other times doesn't work at all. It's just, I don't know why that is, but that it just is what it is. Like, I even put in some fight commands, but yeah, it doesn't seem to be. It doesn't seem to be playing nice at the moment. What happens if I refresh it? It even shows me as live and it's connected to YouTube, but it's, yeah, I don't know. You got any ideas, Moon, that who Jericho might bring with him?
If it was this dude wasn't being placed in Ring of Honor in that, I would see Sammy Guevara within the match.
Oh shit! I never thought of that. That's a good. You know what? Good call.
Maybe
they had a pretty tight bond there, right? So
I would love to see Kenny Omega with him, but then Kenny Omega might say, "Nah, not going over to WWE." In that.
It'd be a shame if he never went, but kind of, you know. I don't know. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is all the winners of the match, and still your TWA World Tag Team Champions representing Team Ace Hunter. It is Zach Payne and Dirty Dominic Mysterio. They are the Eagle Club, and they are still your reigning defending champions. Congratulations to Team Ace Hunter. So that's 2 championship title defenses in a row. Not looking good so far for the challengers today. Big championship defenses from both the Outlaws and now the Ego Club.
If I could add one person to the Ego Club, guess who I would pick?
Sorry, say that again. If you could do what?
If I could add one person, one more member to the Ego Club, I know they're fine right now. If I could add one more person, I'd probably go with Ethan Page.
Ethan Page as part of the Ego Club. Interesting. I mean, maybe Ace will show up and we'll run that by him. I mean, Ethan Page would be a good addition to any faction, to be fair.
Two great superstars that go great together.
Just like Vision.
Ethan Page is a future world champion. Absolutely, for sure.
This is definitely not how Shelly and Saban thought
I still wish they'd pull the trigger and do something with Montez Ford before it's too late, because that guy's still really young. He's so athletic, agile. He's in great shape. You know, he knows how to work the crowd. He's got it all, and I think that he would be a huge single star. I know that leaves fucking Angelo Dawkins in a strange spot again, but it's one of those things. I hate the myth that you have to break your tag team up to have a singles run. Like, it's not necessarily true. They could still keep them together in a tag team matchups and have him running after the Intercontinental Championship, the United States Championship, eventually, I'm sure, World Championship. That guy's fired. He's very talented, that guy. I think Montez Ford... Yeah, it has, exactly. You know?
Look at Bubba Ray Dudley.
Exactly. Thank you. You know? And others. Like, it's not like they're the only ones. But that's a great example. Right? Even Bret the Hitman Hart. Even Bret the Hitman Hart won championships and still wrestled with Jim the Anvil Neidhart in tag matches. I mean, it's... Yeah. JBL. Exactly. JBL. That's another great example. But I would love to see Montez Ford get a push. I think he will surprise a lot of people when it comes to a singles career. I really do.
I hate making this example, but Jey Uso.
Jey Uso, yep.
It's the most recent.
You know what's funny is I don't think Jey Uso's singles run was crazy good or anything, but he surpassed my expectations. So I'll give him that. I still love him as part of the Usos because I think they're one of the greatest tag teams of all time. But I got to give him credit because he's done a more than a decent job with a singles run, and he's kind of fun to watch too, not to mention. But all right, here we go. Next match of the day. This is for the WCW Women's World Championship. It is Roxanne Riley from Team Life is Great, and of course a member of the Wolfpack Gals, taking on Lyra Valkyria, the reigning defending champion. She's been hanging on to that championship for quite some time now, and it has been very interesting to watch people step up as she knocked them back down when nobody thought she'd become champion to begin with. Today, Roxanne Riley takes a crack at the WCW Women's World Champion. That is next. Let's rock and roll. Sammy Guevara, though, I never thought of that. Jericho could, because they had a very tight-knit bond. I don't know if they still do, but they did. They were, especially in the beginning. So
I think what could make sense, in my opinion, to have continue where they left off, but in WWE, even though it would never happen, and it would make sense to have 4 guys from Canada, like 2 individual teams going at it, like 4 guys from Canada, like Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega, and then also going up against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Yeah. Speaking of Kevin Owens, I can't wait till he comes back. You know, you don't realize just how good Kevin Owens is until he's gone, right? That guy is just fire. You know, anything he does basically turns to gold, that guy. And to think for years people knocked him for the, not being the stereotypical looking wrestler. You know what I mean? Because obviously he's not chiseled like, say, The Rock. Well, The Rock was. Right now he's slendered down for a movie role. Which now we know the reason why he dropped out of doing that storyline with John Cena. Pretty hard to pull off the Final Boss character. You know, when you look like you need to put on a couple pounds to even be facing Cody Rhodes or John Cena or however that was going to play out eventually. I still think eventually what was going to happen was I think Cody was going to turn heel, join The Rock, and they were going to screw over John Cena eventually. That's what I think was going to happen.
That's what I thought as well.
Yeah, I do. I think that's exactly what was going to happen. Because when it started falling apart, all of a sudden Cody Rhodes started talking about how he didn't feel the need to turn heel or whatever, and it's like, well, where'd that come from? Nobody was talking.
TNA.
Sorry?
I was reading Mufasa's.
Oh, did he say something?
Pretty sure Santana's in TNA.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
And let me take this opportunity to say Happy Thanksgiving.
Guevara's working with, in ROH. It's a shame.
That promotion is dead.
It's dead. Like, Tony Khan murdered ROH. You know, I wish Vince would have ponied up the dough and just offered a higher amount of money so that, like, you know, at least they would have done right by ROH. Listen, ROH was the king of the indies, man. Some of the best came in and out of those rings. And it deserves a lot better than what the fuck Tony Khan is doing with it in AEW. I think it's gross, and I wish they'd sell it. Because, man.
Introducing the challenger from the Garden
It's just bad.
One half of the WCW Women's.
Exactly.
I think the most stupidest decision for TNA, and they've done this with Joe Hendry. Like, it was Trick Williams versus Joe Hendry versus Santana at one of the previous pay-per-views. I think it was now a couple of months ago. In what's his name? Mike Santana's home state of New York. And basically, it was opportunity was for TNA, and everyone thought, oh, Mike Santana's going to walk away as the TNA World Champion, and yet they've decided to keep the title on Trick Williams. Like, it's a stupid decision back then. Like, I like Trick Williams. It's just, the thing is, it's just stupid that they basically, just like what they did with Joe Hendry, prolonged the wait for Joe Hendry to win the world title.
Yeah. Who's going to get that world title back eventually?
These competitors know that
it'll be right before he comes and signs on the main roster for WWE. Because I think what'll happen is he'll win back the TNA World Championship and then go and win the NXT Championship, but then drop the TNA Championship to stay on NXT. Is what I think will happen. Something to that nature. But I do believe it's right around the corner. I don't think it's going to be very long before Joe's... I mean, I'm not saying he won't go to SmackDown or Raw. He could. He's good enough. But if I had to guess, he'll go win the championship in NXT, have a short stint there, and then probably go to SmackDown. I'm thinking. He's got ties with quite a few people on SmackDown, right? So Sheamus loves him, Randy Orton loves him. So I mean, I could see him going to SmackDown to start, if it's not NXT first. But either way, NXT to SmackDown, I think, after that. But Sammy Guevara, I would actually like to see Guevara come over. That would be, well, yep, for sure.
I know some of the wrestlers, like Bully Ray, even though he doesn't wrestle for WWE now, he just he's a podcaster now, but he also still wrestles, kinda, like only just a little now.
Yeah.
He basically won because he's been wrestling in House of Glory. And he beat Omaga's son of Zilla Fatu for the House of Glory Crown Jewel Championship, which is their TV title or Intercontinental United States title over there. And basically he was playing the heel character very well, and it was with the help from Ricochet and stuff. It was in a tables match. At the last minute it was changed to a tables match. Zilla Fatu basically had him beat, and the referee was down and out, so then basically Ricochet came in, attacked Zilla Fatu, and then basically came in, attacked Zilla Fatu, and then freaking, and then Bully Ray put him on the collapsed table, which, like the collapsed table and stuff, and then basically the referee saw, glimpsed at the table, and then basically Bully Ray won the House of Glory champion Crown Jewel title.
Yeah.
And then only had the title for about a month, I think at least, and then dropped the title the other day back to Zilla Fatu.
Zilla Fatu, yeah.
Correct decision, though, but why have the I like House of Glory, but why have the championship on that dude, on Bubba Ray, Bully Ray, for a month, for only just a month? Like, to have him as a transitional champion and defend, only had his first and only title defense, and then lose it within 30 seconds.
And to add what you're saying, not just did he only have it for a month, it was insignificant. Like, there was nothing significant about him holding it. To just turn around and drop it very quickly back to Zilla, you know what I mean? So if you're going to lose to him and be dethroned that quickly, why did you take it from him to begin with? Right? That doesn't even make sense.
I know that in the main event of, because it was in Philadelphia, the main event of that House of Glory show in Philadelphia was Amazing Red versus Cedric Alexander. And Amazing Red is freaking incredible.
Amazing Red?
Yeah, Amazing Red. He was at one point the youngest X Division champion.
He was, yeah. And he was extremely good. Extremely good, but underutilized and undervalued at the time, especially in his prime. But to be fair, characters like that historically. Wow, that is it. That is all, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of the match, and still reigning, defending, and undisputed WCW World Champion, Lyra Valkyria, ladies and gentlemen, just beat one of the greatest women in the division in TWA history. Wowzas. You know who I would love to see make a comeback to TWA? Especially now that TWA's WCW is back in action. Alice Blade. The real deal. Alice Blade from Team Sir Jack the Great One would be a fantastic re-edition, even if it was only for WCW. Kind of like January. Right? January is exclusive, except for today, but that was by her own choice. She's exclusive to TWA Underground. She only fights extreme matches and underground matches. She does flirt with the Legends division, but that's because the Legends division goes across all three brands. That doesn't really count. Today, however, she has chosen to step outside of any underground rules or extreme rules and has a different agenda. She does today. Well, I didn't mean literally extreme rules matches, but, you know, extreme rule type matches. Lockdowns.
Weapons are not her thing.
Yeah, no, I meant more like lockdown, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
I just misworded that. I actually did say extreme rules matches. That's not what I meant to say, though. 3 for 3 betting for you. Damn, you should buy yourself a lottery ticket today. Yeah, it pisses me off that Stream Elements is not working. I don't know why it's not working. But I did take the liberty to start re-adding things to Stream Elements for our YouTube side of things. But for some reason, it's just not... Like, I'm looking at the Stream Elements page right now, and it literally shows me live. But, yeah.
I do have good commands for my channel as well, like the FNK, like, because only Shinobi's got his one as well, and I knew a few people that had theirs on their channel. I know also know one of them that comes by as soon as before they go live and that.
Like
Sage, and I used to be hang around with some of the people that she used to hang around with that has the same command, which basically says marry such a person and then kill such a person, like doing it randomized.
Interesting. You know what I would like to do? I would like to get my hands on a UFC game. And much like we do with wrestling, I would like to do it with fighters. People, I don't know if you can create your own fighters or not, but even if you can't, people could claim fighters, and we could have fight night shows and stuff in addition to wrestling shows. I've wanted to do that for a while. I just haven't really pulled the trigger on it. I don't know. I don't want to pay too much because the MMA games, to me, this is only my personal opinion. They're not up to the standard they should be. Look how freely when it comes to wrestling games, how freely the wrestlers can move, the different ways they're able to maneuver in the ring. That should be the same thing for UFC games and MMA games, but it's just not. They still move very two-dimensional and stiff. Does that make sense? Does that make sense when I put it like that? Like if you played an MMA game? Either one of you? Moon Raider or Oni?
I don't know.
You haven't played one?
What?
An MMA game?
No.
No. Okay. Moon Raider, what about you? Moon Raider has joined Luke at the shrine. How dare he? Actually, apparently, Luke is playing video games with Adam, is what his message said. And how dare both of you, by the way, you should both be here. Where is Adam? You tell Adam to get his ass in here. Luke, you're here. I can see you in the chat room. You tell Adam to get his ass in here. How dare he not be attending the show? Playing games with you is no excuse. That is not justified. It is gaslight. And Luke, I know you can hear me. Do not ignore us. We will find a way. We will figure out how to ban you in here. AKO you or something. Even though nothing's working. Alright, anyways, next match of the day. It is for the men's WCW World Heavyweight Championship. It is the Wolfman, Alan Severn, leader of the Wolfpack. And of course, he's the man behind bringing back WCW, TWA's WCW, Wolfpack Championship Wrestling. It is Wolfman Alan Severn, the Gooner, Luke Ballmer, and of course the reigning defending champion. I believe he's been champion since sometime near the end of June that he's been holding that WCW World Heavyweight Championship. He's putting it on the line today. That is our next match. Let's get things rocking and rolling. Who's walking out WCW World Heavyweight Champion? Severn, the Gooner, or Shade? Will we get 3 title retentions in a row? Or wait, is this our third match? What was our last match? No, this is our 4th match. We've had 3 title... Because the 2 tag team championships, champions retained. Lyra Valkyria beat... okay. Lyra Valkyria defeated Roxanne Riley. And now Shade is attempting to defend his championship. He is attempting to defend his championship next. This is a triple threat TLC matchup. It is going to get very ugly very quickly. Yeah, I had lotto numbers, dice numbers, and blackjack numbers ready to go for today, but there's no point in telling you guys either of them because it is not working. Stream Elements is being an asshole.
Huge title match coming up, and a huge opportunity for the champ to prove to everyone that there truly is none better in all of WWE right now.
Could I mod people in here? I don't know how to do that here. I'm just trying it out. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, no, that shit didn't work, did it? That shit did not work. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember how to do it. I want to check and see if Stream Elements was... Because sometimes if they're not listed as a moderator, that could be what's causing it not to work, you know what I mean? Where?
Things are about to get good.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it is roll. Blackjack was exclamation point BJ. Then we had some different fight commands, which was supposed to be exclamation point FC. there were some different things. Lotto, exclamation point Lotto. So far, none of it seems to be working, though.
Over at my rundown, but I've had this one circled, starred, and underlined all day long.
That's why I was trying to check my... I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to check my moderation list down here, but I'm not figuring it out. I might have to wait and do it after, I guess. Oh well, is what it is. Hopefully we can get it working at some point. Alan Severn just went ghost mode through the ladder. Yeah. He's got some strange talents, doesn't he? I mean, it is Team Glenola after all.
And here he comes.
Here comes the reigning defending champion.
From the edge of reality, weighing in at
Sort of weird seeing him coming out without his belt, though, right? It's, of course, hanging above the ring. Somebody's going to have to climb up a ladder rung by damn rung to get their meat hooks on that championship. This is not a situation any champion wants to be in. But Shade is always game. He always shows up to fight. He always puts on the very best performance he possibly can every single time. That's what's made... I mean, shit, there's a reason that he is in the Hall of Legendary Accomplishments, headed to the Hall of Fame.
And let me take this opportunity to say happy Thanksgiving to all of you watching tonight.
Infinite Onia has returned.
Because I ate too much turkey, or if it's just Saxton's commentary. It's a good thing this match coming up is going to give me...
Oh, you thought you had to go somewhere?
Saxton's commentary.
Needed some groceries or something, did you? Oh, well, that's no good. Hopefully it's an opportunity that presents itself again for you. What was the plan? Were you just going to go grab some groceries or something?
Yeah, something like that. Grab a sandwich or something.
Nice. That sounds good, actually. At the moment, though, I don't have any meat. I have no cheese. I do have buns. I do have bread.
WCW was the biggest
other than that, just condiments, though. As far as sandwich making goes. I do need to fix that situation. Gooner going right for the ladder. He's like, fuck those guys. I'm getting the ladder. Oh, Luthez pressed by the Wolfman. Shade's like, all right, have at it.
That movie star and the writer won the title. Otherwise, it's pretty much been the best of the best.
Huge headbutt by Wolfman Alan Severn. He's just taking on both of them at the same time, or giving it his best anyways.
Quick way to respond with the reversal. Series of counters here.
The numbers game is going to catch up to him, though, if he keeps it up.
He's got the ladder set up. Could be the opportunity to win right now. Byron, there are so many moving parts in the team.
I know, what do you guys think? Who's winning this match? Who's walking out WCW champion? Is it going to be Gooner, Severn, or the reigning defending champion Shade?
I'll say Shade all out of the seven.
You think?
I don't doesn't bother me.
You think Gooner's going to shit the bed? Oh, damn, that had to hurt. Gooner, you know, when it comes to multi-man matches, he does happen to be very good at them. It's kind of funny. I think he's won more multi-man matches than he has, like, singles one-on-one matches.
The champ targeting that arm, and the challenger can defend or strike.
Beautiful DDT by the champion. Oh! Nice evasion by the champ, but he got caught by the Gooner anyway. Severn going back up that ladder. Every chance he gets. That's the only way to win, though. They should all have that mentality. A lot of the times, I think there's wasted opportunity when they could be climbing that ladder and going for that championship, and they decide to do something else instead. Like, you know, pick up their downed opponent one more time to try to do something else and potentially risk, you know, a retaliation. A reversal. Oh! Damn, Gooner landed right on top of that ladder and drove that right into the chest of Shade.
Just punishing their opponent. Heads outside the ring. And no countouts means...
See, now, why wouldn't... I mean, Shade can barely stand there leaning against those ropes. Severn was outside the ring. He should have climbed the damn ladder. Severn's like, I'll do it. You guys have fun.
Here we go. He's got his future in his hands now.
Any opening could be the opening. You just have to go.
How many times does Severn want to get toppled from the top of that ladder, though? You know? When you see Gunnar there, jump down. It kind of seems like a simple choice. Jump down or get knocked off.
Ladder set up in the middle of the ring. Perfectly positioned.
Now Gunnar with a table.
Back into the ring. Big punch. Ouch. Ladder set right in the middle of the ring.
Upstairs he goes, but now it is Severn.
Victory is within reach now.
It's going to take some time.
And it is Gunnar getting toppled.
Keep going. He dodges out of danger.
Damage starting to affect the challenger. Right in the center of the
Triple
ring. He's
threat
setting up that ladder.
TLC matchup.
No better place it could be.
WCW
right now.
World Championship on the line. So far, a fantastic match, too.
Up the ladder now. Let's see if this is ripe for the picking. Oh my God. Moonsault.
Wow.
That was beautiful.
Nice moonsault from the champion. Severn back at the top of the ladder.
Make the climb. Making the long reach.
He thinks
Shade
it's
rips
for
him
the
down.
taking.
Gunnar with a table right into the back of the head of the champion. And he just tosses it
Tossing that table around like it was
right into
nothing.
the face of Alan Severn. See, now why wouldn't he climb the ladder right now? What is he doing?
Up the
Oh,
ladder
there we go.
now. Let's see if this is ripe for the picking.
He heard me.
Working on the hook here.
I assure you, this is even harder than it looks. Try not to fumble around too much here.
He's going for
Gunnar's still at the top of the ladder.
It's just a matter of time now.
What is Severn doing? He's messing around with the table
Look at this.
instead of getting the Gunnar down off that ladder. Oh, there we go. Look at he's hanging. Oh, shit. Electric chair drop for the Gunnar.
Clubbing blow.
Chipping away.
I think Gunnar and Severn have had some wasted opportunities. Shade just, I don't know, he's just kind of playing his cards very carefully here.
I can already feel the sting of the kendo stick, and I do not care for it.
I think you could be right. The way this matchup appears to be going,
Counters to gain the
Shade might end up with a
advantage. And now he's
championship
back into the
retention
ring.
here.
Rolling cutter.
As I say that,
In
Gunnar
position.
puts him out.
He's painting a bullseye on him. I think
Going
we're
for a
about to
Gunnar
see it.
clash.
Steps through. Styles clash. Can the champ recover from that?
Byron, we got the
It was
ladder.
the Styles clash.
Center of the ring.
This is where
Yeah.
you need to
You're a
be.
few seconds behind. Oh!
Headed up that ladder. Center of the ring.
Face first into the corner of the ladder.
Sized up. He might regret getting back up here. Gonna try and unhook it now.
Victory is literally within reach.
What is Gunnar
this the
doing?
right time? Is this the career
Severn can
big-
barely stand. He too goes after Gunnar instead of going after Shade. Look at this.
I mean, how do you get out of this?
Wow.
What can they?
Are you fucking kidding me?
And the champ adds to their legacy.
That's crazy.
Every time
What a
the
crazy
tables, ladders,
ending.
and chairs come out, we get more than our money's worth.
It turns out Moon Raider was right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is all. The winner of the match, and still your WCW World Heavyweight Champion, representing Team Sir Jack the Great One. It is Shade, the outsider Shade with the big W. It was like he was biding his time to strike the whole entire matchup. He did as little as possible and tried to take as little abuse as possible, which didn't work out too well for him on a couple of occasions. But for the most part, it was Gunnar and Severn going back and forth at each other, especially climbing up and down off that ladder. Shade picked the right time. Waited until Gunnar and Severn were entangled with one another and took down his championship, and he's going home still reigning defending champion. Wow. Every single champion has retained so far today. That's amazing. That is amazing. All right, here we go. Next match of the day, ladies and gentlemen. This is for the TWA Underground World Championship. It is Queen Dust representing Team Moonraider, challenging Anna Jay representing Team Mufasa, and of course TDL. That is next. Let's keep things rocking and rolling.
Two women's tag team partners from LCW
battling it out. Yep. I'm surprised we haven't got Julia versus B. Jackson over here after everything that happened in HCW a couple of months back, which still surprises and shocks me, to be fair. I still couldn't believe that happened. That was like a shock. That was, to me, Oni, I don't know what you were thinking when you were watching it, but when I was watching it, that was almost the equivalent of Hulk Hogan turning on Macho Man, dropping a leg, and forming the NWO. When I saw Julia attempt to take out B. Jackson, I was like, what in the blue hell am I even watching right now? What is going on? What did I miss? Because at that point, I think it had been about 2 weeks, I think, since I got a chance to sit down and watch some of Honeybee's content. And I finally got there, and of course, B's having some problems in the ring. Julia Jackson's music cues, and I thought, oh, they're fucked now. Comes down to the ring, and just when you think that, you know, Julia's there to help out B and whoop some ass, she turned on B and whooped her ass, and I was like, what? No! You know, it was just like, wow, did we really just witness that shit?
I know it's not the first and only time that's happened. I know that it's happened in other promotions.
Yeah, historically, but that was like, it's never happened in HCW though, you know what I mean? I've never seen it happen in TWA. So, it was shocking.
It was a shock to you because I knew it was going to happen.
Oh, did you? You were in on that? Interesting.
I wasn't in on it. That's probably not.
You were privy, therefore you were in. How dare you? All right, here we go. Queen Dust, Anna Jay, TWA Underground World Championship. Let's go. You would have ruined it. Yeah, you're right. You did a good job of concealing that. And like I said, just considering everything that had happened and everything that was going on, it was a well done job. Obviously, for you being able to keep the secret with right. But I mean, hats off to Honeybee, because that was a job well done with that storyline. Job well done. You know? So far, the road to the second annual WCW World War III stream per view has been absolutely epic. Some great matches so far. Of course, the only reason the card is so stacked today is it is our inaugural live version of TWA's In Your House, which is primarily a house show. An arena used for house show matches only, pre-recorded shows. But with popularity growing with our YouTube community, I figured it was time we did a little extra content. And I think in addition, this is a great addition to having our TWA's WCW Wolfpack Championship Wrestling airing on YouTube as well. It's cool, eh?
Corey, how do you think these superstars feel about competing?
I said it yesterday. I think it was yesterday. She comes out looking like some sort of goddess or queen, but then she gets in the ring and turns into an absolute beast. And here comes the reigning defending champion, the TWA Underground champion, the BMF of TWA, Anna Jay. January? Yeah, just once though. I can't remember who beat her now. I feel like it might have been Roxanne Perez or something crazy. Yeah. Yeah, Lyra Valkyria, Roxanne Perez, and Stephanie Vaquera have done very well since inking contracts. They've won championships I don't think anybody really expected them. I mean, I didn't expect her to retain the title today either. I mean, no offense to Lyra Valkyria, but she was facing Roxanne Riley. You know, I was expecting that to be the first championship changeover of the day, for sure, without a shadow of a doubt. And no, that did not happen. By the way, Rocky, where are you sitting with your predictions? Did you get any wrong yet? You were 3-3 at one point.
Put the Bullet Club Arctic and the Best Friends aside. They used to have like a little altercation back last season. Queen Dust and Energy.
Queen Dust and Energy.
Basically, Queen Dust knocking on the door in LCW. Like the Bullet Club Arctic wanting to be part of it. But the only faction that
you can see in the eyes of each individual, only razor-sharp focus when this much is on the line.
Like that. Anything like that.
Since nobody could offer me a break time today, which, by the way, Rocky, appreciate that yesterday, and the lack of vigilanteism coming from your direction was nice too for once. You know, I mean, it's all part of the show. I get it, but it was nice that for one day. I mean, Tessa did, you know, catch me in a swear jar and cut my cords, but you know, it was 2 times. It wasn't 7 or 8 times during a show, like your, you know, regular villainous, traitorous and treacherous self normally does during a show. But anyways, I need a drink, so I'm going to run and grab a drink. But I mean, Oni's here. Moon Raider is here. You guys are in good hands. The ship is sailing smoothly, so I'll be right back.
Make a timely escape.
Oh, look at this here. Arm wrench. I commend the champion for this kind of focused approach, trying to limit the arm's range of motion.
Alright, how can we ruin the show? Before Oprah gets back.
Got their opponent all tied up. This is unique offense.
Right into the post.
Carefully measured knee drop. Ooh.
She's got Asuka on my show in the next few weeks.
Back in the ring now. And she's fine taking this to the outside.
A striking blow. Connecting with a sharp elbow. In an underground match, technical prowess and precision is a must. This type of contest is all about your ability to spot and exploit the weaknesses in your opponent's game.
You're right about that, Corey. But I'd add that a savage brawler could also find success here. We've seen before that bloodthirsty
used to run around with, used to basically be...
know any fancy moves.
Don't know if it still is now, but yeah, used to get very put, like used to get fucking annoyed at the two of faction mates in CCW.
And hammering away.
Used to get
Just getting pummeled as the
crazy.
champion was unable to return fire.
Blooddust Queen, Blooddust Sister.
Followed by another lariat. And a ripcord drop kick.
Showing off their deadlifting prowess and just
Tossing them aside.
just discarded the champ like a chump.
Kind of reminds me of Okada a little right there, that move, that Queen.
Over and over. That got bad real quick. Ooh.
I've been away for 7 years.
Fast movement gets
I've been
around the
part
way.
of what I've been part of for technically Twitch side of things, like the since 2018,
Get out of dodge fast.
because I met a dude who reached affiliation that week, going by the name of Marine Adam Bomb, and I used to hang around with him.
Straight aggression.
We used to have like I used to do terabyte missions with him, and used to do that. And then basically 2020, but I didn't find out until 2 months later. And I was devastated listening to the news that he passed away.
All right, I've returned. I say I didn't miss much. Match is still going. I mean, I did miss some of it. I assume it's a back and forth slobber knocker, considering who it is facing off against one another and the fact that it's an underground matchup. But yeah, how's the match been? Did I miss anything? Yeah, did I miss anything significant? Or?
Queen Dust did like a ripple drop kick, a little bit of Okada, but with the drop kick added. Only just a drop kick at the end.
Nice center off the apron, or?
Back into the ring.
Oh no, it was in there at the not near the announce table area. It was.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Across the shoulders.
Oh! Knee to the face. Queen Dust has been busted open here, it looks like.
I got to watch a match against Michelle Cole on LCW. And it was round about basically 27 minutes, round about that.
That's a pretty long match. You know, sometimes it's worth it, though.
She lost the women's tag team titles recently as well.
Up across the shoulders.
Against,
oh, again! That is 2 in a row. The blood is dripping down the forehead of Queen Dust here. Queen Dust not giving up. Inverted Texas Cloverleaf. Wow, that is it. That is all. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match by submission and your new TWA Underground World Champion representing Team Moon Raider, it is Queen Dust going home with the championship. Big win over Anna Jay by Queen Dust. Congratulations.
That means she's a double champion.
She is a double champion. Wow, that's our first changeover for the day. Every other champion was able to defend their championship. But every other match was not Queen Dust versus Anna Jay. So there's that. What were we talking about right before I went to get a drink? I can't even remember now. I was literally just trying to think of it. I mean, we've talked about a lot of things. I still like to know other people's opinions on who they think Chris Jericho might bring back. Because, I mean, again, we're going back to Rocky Cross's information that Jericho had said that he probably wouldn't be coming back alone. And, of course, we've thought about, you know, Sammy Guevara, you know, Jake Hager. But who else is there? Who else would follow Chris Jericho? Maybe Cesaro? That's a thought. That's a possibility. Jericho and I mean, they're good friends, right? So I don't know what his status with the company is or what his contract looks like. But he was primarily in ROH anyways. And I'm sure people would love to see Cesaro back. Cesaro was always over. They just didn't book him right for the longest, you know, like, well, almost never did they ever book that guy right. I don't know why or what the issue was. But Cesaro was always really good. Yeah, she's the television champion and now the TWA Underground champion. Double champion. So, of course, she has 2 titles. She does indeed. It could be what? Kenny Omega? Fuck, that would be sweet. Don't even say such things, because I've wanted Kenny Omega to come to the WWE for quite some time, because I know he's not a spring chicken anymore, but he's not old either, and he can still go, still deliver, and I think that he has... I would even like to see him in AAA, doing some things with AAA. I don't care if he goes to TNA or if he comes to the WWE roster, but be with one of those companies and then make your way around. Because I think that we can probably still get a good few years more out of Kenny Omega, I think. How old is Kenny Omega? 37, 38?
I think he is.
Is he over 40 now? I thought he was under 40. Okay. But still, he's not that old. You know what I mean? For, you know, when they start getting in their mid-50s and shit, they should hang it up. But, you know, if they're seasoned in the business and they know what they're doing. They have any in-ring knowledge, and they're going to be okay. Like even Cody Rhodes is what, 40?
Yeah, he's 40.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not that big of a deal. But Kenny Omega is still one of the best on the planet, I think. I don't speak for anybody else. I don't know who does and does not like Kenny Omega. I love Kenny Omega. I've always loved Kenny Omega. And actually, Kenny Omega's got history with TNA. Which would be a great reason to take him to TNA for a while. Actually, has he not been their champion? Was Kenny Omega not TNA Impact champion?
Oh, he held that title.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, I thought so.
Alongside the AEW World title when he was
right.
heel.
Yeah, by the way, he's still one of the better world champions. I don't know if how many people actually notice it, but it drives me nuts that they better book their TNT and TBS championships than they do their world championships. I don't get it. Like on any given show, it seems they care more about the TNT and TBS championships than the world championships. And to me, that's weird. Like even Mercedes Moné, right? She's not the world champion. She's the equivalent to the television champion, which is the TBS championship, right? It's just what? Well, it's still a television championship. Or you could call it a network championship, even for that matter, I suppose. Yeah. So, same with the TNT championship, same type of idea, right? But they get booked consistently better than they do with either the women's or the men's world championship, and I've never quite understood that. Personally, I don't get why they do that. Although I guess there's a lot of things I don't get why they do it, so there's that too. But I just find that odd. I mean, right now people care more about Mercedes Moné and her 9 insignificant championship title wins than they do about Adam Hangman Page's championship title run, for instance. I mean, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Actually, let's talk about that, shall we? But before we do, we may as well move on. Exactly. All right, here we go. Next match of the day. It is for the men's Underground World Championship. It is Alex Ramon, who of course won contendership to this championship just yesterday, challenging Mad Dog. But from what I understand, we might be getting the demonic form of Mad Dog in the ring today. Either way, he's putting that championship on the line. It is not a regular Underground match. It is an ambulance match. Alex Ramon versus Mad Dog is next. TWA Underground World Championship on the line. What was I saying? Adam Hangman Page. I don't blame you for not caring, but like, why should we? Is the thing.
I'm glad that he's got his look from sort of like his early AEW run look from 2019. I'm glad that he came back with that type of look.
Do you think he's a champion?
And stuff.
The thing with, like, especially when you're a world champion, there has to be some significance and some value. But what do you think Adam Hangman Page being one of AEW's world champions, does that hold any significance, do you think? Is it going to matter in 2 or 3 years' time? Because it's just weird to go from somebody like John Moxley, and by the way, his championship run was not great either, in my opinion. I don't think John Moxley's championship run was very good at all. It had its moments, but I mean, every dog has his day. But it wasn't great. But you go from John Moxley to Adam Hangman Page, majority of people know who John Moxley is. The problem with the Adam Page thing, too, is with AEW still growing and trying to get into more households to make their superstars famous and make them become household names, etc., etc. On the grander scale of things, Hangman Adam Page is not widely known. It's not like he's a household name. You know, there's people that know who he is, and then there's a lot of people that don't. They maybe heard about him, but don't know who he is, never seen him. No reason to care. So what do they do with Adam Hangman Page's championship title run to change that? I don't know.
They build a story with
they do need to do that. They do need to do that. You're right. Can they though? But
with Tony Khan, or well, I called him Tony McMahon.
Tony McMahon. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I normally call him that because of like. Apparently last year he basically added more injury time to Ray Phoenix's AEW contract.
He's doing the same thing with Danhausen basically, because Danhausen wants to sign with WWE. But I mean, I don't know. I don't understand why AEW or Tony Khan would bother. Like, you think you'd want to refrain from doing things like that to more encourage people to come. Maybe they don't like it there, it doesn't work out, so they can go elsewhere, but you're just hijacking their contracts. You're holding them hostage in somewhere that they've come, tried it out, been there, done that, don't like it, want to leave.
That's what Vince used to do back then as well when he was in his late years. He used to do the same thing.
Yep, exactly. Yep. Tony McMahon, that's kind of funny. Not gonna lie.
And even Tony Khan tweeting on his Twitter saying about, great 2025, AEW's in their greatest run. Yeah, okay. Well, so you have like 472 fucking K people on one of the two recent episodes of Collision or Dynamite.
I had a laugh. Apparently one of the last shows that he was online bragging about, I don't know how true it is or what the actual numbers were, but somebody literally said, like, you know, it was a place with about 900 people. Well, I don't know. You'll have to look it up. I don't know where their last show was or how true that is. But people were discussing it online. Yeah, because you can never tell with the IWC, right? Sometimes they're right about things. A lot of the times it's made up shit. Or sometimes it's pure speculation, whatever. The difference between speculation and made-up shit is not very great. You know what I mean? Mad Dog, the double champion from Death Authority, appearing in his demonic form for the very first time. But Rocky Blazenstar, a.k.a. Rocky Cross, wants to see Big Show and Chris Jericho make a return. You know, I will be honest, I did think that was good times. Jericho and Big Show together actually did work pretty well together, oddly enough.
From Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 260 pounds.
One of the funniest tag teams of all time, though, was still Kane and Daniel Bryan.
Oh, you know? That was the funniest back then, that was.
Yeah, it was great. You know, I've always liked Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan. I've never been one of those people that said, oh, I think he's one of the best in the world. And I didn't think that because there was Prince DeVitt, now known as Finn Balor. There was Kenny Omega. There was just, I'm sorry, there was people better than Daniel Bryan. Bryan Danielson. He is very good. Can't take that away from him. But there's better. Zack Sabre Jr. is better. Like, there's just AJ Styles is better. There's just, it's like saying Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné is the best when they've got Tony Storm in the same company whose level's better than Mercedes Moné. Hell, I wouldn't even want to put them in a program because what would they do with her? I don't even think Sasha Mercedes would know what to do with Tony Storm. I think it would be a clusterfuck, is what I think it would be. No, neither do I. Neither do I. But I can't not, like I said, I can't knock him for what he's done in the ring. Like, he's just gifted. To say he's the best, though, like, he's not the best. He never was the best. In any era, there was people just as good and better. So, you know, we've already named a few, and there's more.
Here you have the championship.
The Witch.
Champion on high alert. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in store for something special.
Yeah, that's getting a little overdone, isn't it? And you know what? I'll be honest. What did it for me? Because at first I didn't mind. It's cool. I mean, for him to get the reception he does and the crowd joining in, especially when they were overseas with 30, 40,000 people. You know, it's cool. It really is. But when they started stopping in the middle of a match, cueing music and letting them do it during the middle of a match, I'd had enough. I was like, are you shitting me? We're going to cue music in the middle of a matchup? And, you know, rile it up with the doing? You know, are you telling me you don't have to turn this into a good spectacle of a match, so you had to do that for extra entertainment value? Like, what in the blue hell? Like, if he was in there squashing a jobber or a newcomer that came into the business and for some reason decided to challenge Jey Uso, that would be funny. But when you're, you know what I mean? It was just, I was like, I couldn't believe it happened, and they've done it more than once. So there is where I have to side with Oni and say, yeah, I've had enough of the Eat Chants. I really have. Because they're just doing dumb shit now. I can only take a certain amount of pandering and catering to audience. It has to be done. If you're going to be a successful pro wrestler, you gotta learn how to work that audience. If you don't, 3, 4, 5 years tops, you'll be in the business and you're out. You gotta learn it. But stuff like that has its time and place, and the couple times they did it, it did not have its place. And it's just getting overdone.
No telling what's underneath the ring tonight. Looks like he's ready to bust some heads with that sledgehammer, gentlemen.
Yep.
Just trying to pound.
They're trying to do it with people like LA Knight, but for some reason the WWE's still not willing to pull the trigger on LA Knight. I don't know what that's about, or if they're just waiting for a more opportune moment. Like, but it is kind of weird because that guy is one of those guys that is so over.
This match finally really taking its toll. Who knows?
He should be getting at least an opportunity, even if he's a transitional champion a couple of times. He seems to me like one of those guys you'd put a belt on for 40 to 60 days and then have it removed, and then have him win it again down the line because he's a fan favorite, right? He's, to me, as big of an LA Knight fan as I am, I don't see him as a long-term champion. Where right now they're looking for long-term champion status to continue their storylines, right? Blah, blah, blah. LA Knight doesn't fit that mold, in my opinion. I don't know if anybody agrees with me or not. And it's fine if you don't. That's absolutely fine. I'm not saying I'm right. I just feel that LA Knight doesn't fit the mold as a long-term champion. He's, to me, is a transitional champion. But I think he should still get that opportunity.
What a counter!
Did you want to add something to that, Oni?
Oh, no. Getting dragged to the edge of the ambulance.
World title.
Yeah.
Reversal.
Me too, big LA fan. I've loved him since he was Eli Drake. You know, like he's entertaining. He's good at what he does. But he's been there, seen that kind of gimmick. Even though he's made it his own and he works it and everybody loves him, it's just to me, he's just not a long-term champion. I don't know. I just
got them off their feet here.
He talks a good talk on the microphone, but when he gets in the ring, sometimes the story to me doesn't play out the way you think it would. I think he needs to have more of an aggression level to him.
The challenger's in a bad way.
I'm surprised that more damage.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of other ways I can explain what I mean.
You don't want to be locked inside this.
Mad Dog looking to lock Alex Ramon in that ambulance already. Alex Ramon says, no, sir.
What resolve?
No, sir, not
being
in that
dragged
ambulance.
and mangled all the way to to the back doors of the ambulance.
Mad Dog's demonic form is called Sutek? Is it Sutek? Am I pronouncing that right or wrong? I don't know. A lot of the younger talent like Julia Hart, Willow, and Taylor is better than... Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, even within her own promotion, there's better wrestlers than her. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand the Mercedes Moné thing. I really don't. To me, she's... Again, I've never disliked her or hated her. I just never understood the hype, and I wasn't on that hype train. It's not like I'd be mad if she came back to WWE. I'm just not a... You know, I'm not buying a ticket just to go see her type of thing. If she was in town signing autographs, I wouldn't take a day off to go see her. If I was off and found out, sure, I'd swing by. But I wouldn't even lose a day's pay to go see her type of thing. That's just me.
And flopped spectacularly. A miscalculation that can change this whole match.
Although I do hear she's good with her fans, though. To be fair,
this is a hell of a struggle.
like you read that a lot, that she's very good with people.
Victory if they can do it. And they actually escaped from
Who have you met?
This battle rolls
Either one of you. Have you met anybody?
I met Tony Storm.
Did you?
Yeah.
Very cool. Where'd you meet her?
It used to be a wrestling, well, technically like a Marvel type of store, but which had wrestling merch, and which I got wrestling merch from there, but no longer around because as they moved.
Wow! Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. That is all. The winner of the ambulance match and your new TWA Underground World Champion representing Team Alex Sappy. It is the great Alex Ramon going home, the new BMF champion in TWA. Congratulations to Team Alex Sappy, and congratulations to Alex Ramon. It's been a hot minute since he's worn championship gold, and he pulls it off today against Sutek, of all people.
Alex Sappy is.
Sorry, say that again?
I know who Alex Sappy is. I've watched him a few times. I haven't watched him since.
He's a nice chill stream to watch. Sorry, what's that, Oni? No, no worries. That was a great match. I actually thought that Sutek was going to retain the championship there. I'm very... This is going to sound bad because I do like Alex Sappy. He's and I love Alex Ramon. He's been a television champion in the past. You know, he's won gold before. But I actually didn't expect him, especially after yesterday's match. He won the match. He became #1 contender, but that was a grueling matchup. I did not expect him to come in less than 100% and take out Sutek. I wonder what is on the mind of Sutek that they weren't able to stay focused. Because Alex Sappy at the end of that match kind of got the upper hand and never turned back. You know what I mean? That was very interesting how that match ended up. Because I thought for sure that Sutek was retaining there. Because the whole first start of that matchup, he was pounding the crap out of Alex Ramon. So I can see a rematch happening down the line there for sure. Unfortunately, it's one of those situations. I mean, Sutek, a.k.a. Mad Dog, just won that championship. So it's not like he's retained it. So it's not an immediate rematch situation per se. You know, I can't remember who's next in line for that championship. The only thing that could happen is potentially that, you know, Mad Dog gets lucky and there's a triple threat situation, or who knows what's going to happen. But more often than not, of course, it's one-on-one matches for the World Championships. Usually underground matches. But again, congratulations to Team Alex Sappy. I'll make sure I fire that off to him to watch later. I think he's actually live right now. Actually, I'll put his... We should start putting people's links in the chat. I don't know why we don't. Give me a second here. There we go. That's the link to Alex Sappy. Of course, the mastermind and management team behind the great Alex Ramon, your new TWA Underground World Champion. All right, let's move on, shall we? On a normal day, we would now be entering the betting rounds. Unfortunately, we cannot place bets here. I got to figure out a way we can do that. Like, it's sad that I can't somehow run a poll at least or something. Like, there should be a way to run a poll. And if there is, I don't see the option for it on my dashboard or anything. So that kind of sucks. It'd be cool to be able to have at least some polls on the matchups as a replacement option for, you know, betting lines like we do on tour. But that is back-to-back champions losing their championships. After having 4 matches in a row where the champions all retained, we have had 2 championships change hand. Queen Dust over Anna Jay.
Good day for the BMF.
It is
Championship.
Yeah, as far as contenders go, anyway. Yeah, as far as contenders go, anyways. If you're the champions, not such a good day. Champions both lost. All right, here we go. Next match of the day. Special guest referee matchup. Mankind sneaking his way into this matchup as a special guest referee. We all know that he was the one that dethroned Elijah Archer from being Legends champion not too long ago. Of course, Shade ended up defeating Mankind. And the story kind of goes on from there. If you were paying attention and watching the shows, it's been an interesting rivalry. Mankind sneaking his way back into the rivalry. Special guest referee, it is Eric Dangerous challenging the one Elijah Archer for the Legends Championship. He is the unified WCW United States Champion after defeating Aleister Black, who was wrongfully given a United States Championship matchup, which he won. Became, of course, dubbed the interim United States champion, but Eric Dangerous was able to unify those championships. He is a double United States champion technically, but he is the unified champion. But today he challenges the one Elijah Archer for the Legends Championship. That is next. Let's get things rocking and rolling. Here we go. Showtime and go time. Don't even know what to expect from this matchup. Of course, the rivalry between Mankind and the one Elijah Archer goes back many moons. They've been in the ring together many times. Again, most recently, Mankind dethroned him and was Legends champion for a short period of time himself. So, Eric Dangerous is a different beast. He's a formidable champion. He's a tag team champion. Unified United States champion. He's already been a Triple Crown champion, but today he looks to do it by adding the Legends Championship to his list of accomplishments. Can he defeat the one? We're going to find out right now. Let's go. Dang, Eric Dangerous facing off with Elijah Archer. And with Mankind, yeah, Mankind. I mean, I knew he was going to, as soon as Archer won that championship, I had a feeling Mankind was going to sniff around. Because he already beat him.
I've got an idea as well. And I know it was like, basically like, the Queen, like, she's willing to work, like, with anyone, even if they're, like, been around for a long time, like, January, B. Jackson, or like I know that Queen tag teamed with B. Jackson at HCW. I think it was July, I think it was, and was on the losing side. Used to have issues back anywhere else. And with that turn of events, like when Queen does had a match against B. Jackson, and then Julie coming in, fucking attacking her.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier too. Again, that was a shocking moment. A well done, well played out storyline. Not to mention. One thing I can say, Eric Dangerous put Aleister down, and he'll drop Archer with a dangerous stunner. I mean, that could very well happen.
those two titles, adding a little swagger.
I mean, with Joe Hendry still hurt, he's got a lot on his plate, Archer does. He's trying to run still in the singles category, and he's also trying to keep up with the Coalition, which has not gone very well.
Yeah, he may look good showing off the gold, but he's got to look good defending it as well. Otherwise,
My matches with MJFs have been sort of back and forth. They've won some, they've lost some.
I know that Queen does his over at OFW has been running tag team side of things with Velvet Rose over there. I haven't seen a tag team match while Ryan Steele was being the GM of that show, of Showdown or Takedown, one of those two.
By the way, I called it. I knew this was going to happen. Eric Dangerous, I knew, was going to come out with 2 United States Championship. Now, he's going to, I would guarantee he's going to do that for a while. Just to prove a point. Just to shove it right in Aleister Black's face, not to mention, right? I got your belt, I've got my belt. They are both mine. I got to tell you, TDL's an amazing team. Eric Dangerous and Mufasa both. I mean, Mufasa, the TWA World's Heavyweight Champion, who will be defending today. I see production still has not changed Archer's video. Still says Nitro on there. How dare they? It's hard to find good help these days. The reigning defending TWA Legends Champion, the one, Elijah Archer. I believe this is his 12th reign as Legends Champion. I would actually have to fact check that, so don't quote me on that, but I think this is his 12th reign. His, of course, most infamous reign came in Season 4, when he defeated 28 straight Legends, 27 championship title defenses, and then, of course, infamously, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, after all of the competition Archer had been through, Triple H, Yokozuna, Undertaker, you name it, he faced them. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat came in, dropped him like a sack of potatoes, and took home the Legends Championship, ending the reign, because Archer, if he had got to 30 defenses, was going to actually vacate the championship, put it up in a tournament. An Elijah Archer Open Invitational. At the time, it was kind of a mockery to the Alan Severn always had the Alan Severn Open Invitational. And they always like to pick at one another, so he was going to do exactly that. He, of course, beat Alan Severn during that championship run he had as well. But of all people, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat squashed him. Like, squashed him. It was crazy. But yeah, 27 straight title defenses against every legend you can think of. Big Van Vader. Like, it was amazing. Yokozuna almost beat him. Kraken Skulls, if he was here right now, would be bringing that up right now. He'd be like, yeah, but Yokozuna. And if that match was tremendous, and it's true. I don't know how Archer even won that match. For sure, it looked like Yokozuna was taking home the championship. It was kind of crazy. One of the most violent, actually the most violent match in history, though, to this day is still the Soulman Jay Simmons versus Wolfman Alan Severn. And it was a parking lot brawl. And they ended up on top of a semi-truck trailer, you name it, on top of cars. Matter of fact, Jay Simmons threw the Wolfman Alan Severn off of the top of the semi-truck trailer 4 times. The ridiculous thing about that is that it was even 4 times, right? If I got thrown off the top of that shit once, I'm not climbing back up there, because, I mean, Simmons had the high ground. Severn did not care. He just kept attempt after attempt. The man went back up 3 more times to get thrown back down to pavement. It was a brutal match. They hit everything, with each other with everything, except for the kitchen sink, I think. It was brutal. Both of them were bleeding. Severn just kept getting back up. At one point, though, it looked like Jay Simmons was ready to throw in the towel and just call it quits. He started walking away. Alan Severn pokes his head up, sees Simmons walk away, and then just falls flat back on his back again. And the referee called the match. So it literally ends, and it was a long-ass match, too. I'm talking it was over an hour. It was over an hour long. And they were everywhere, though. They were backstage. They were in the crowd. They were inside Triple H's office, top of that semi-truck trailer. Cars, like, it was crazy. That was back in Season 1. Season 1. And actually, I was just saying they need to bring some elements of the backstage brawl back, because moments like that were fun and interesting, and you can't do it now because it's not even an option there for you. When it comes to, so that was.
I'm like one of those people that likes to see what's the history behind the, like, even though I haven't been around even though I've been around for a year,
right,
to see what's go down there over the history, like season 1, season 2, season 3.
Like, one of the championships to this day that still eludes Elijah Archer is the World Championship. He's held it one time in 6 years. People have even, like, back we had a vote and people wanted Archer to challenge for the title. And so they all voted him into, and he lost. But yeah, 6 seasons. 6 years, and he's only been world champion one time. For some reason, that championship just likes to elude him. I mean, to be fair, there was a couple seasons where he primarily ran in the tag team division. He didn't do much competing in singles competition, but except for the Legends division, of course.
This title defense begins, and it really is lonely at the top, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's always cool when there's history. And TWA's history goes back a long time. Storylines go back more than 2 decades, back when the old E-Fetting days. The original TAB was called Archer Industries. I talked about this a little bit yesterday. And Archer Industries was a weapons manufacturing company that some moron decided to sell. Archer, who was a billionaire, you know, he's a partier, and he was getting in a lot of trouble. You should have seen some of the promos that would go on back then. But anyways, Archer Industries ended up getting sold finally. They convinced Archer to sell that company before he got in any more trouble. But they wanted to purchase the rights to the name and the company because it's already, you know, the name is already solidified and people were familiar with it, etc. So they agreed. And that's when Archer Industries became TAV, which is the Archerverse. But then when they bought out NWA, they became the Archerverse Wrestling Alliance, and then later on TWA, which is the same thing, the Archerverse Wrestling Alliance. So there's history. But yeah, the original name of the company before it was Archer Industries was, back in the old Fetting days, was GOW Gods of Wrestling. That's where Elijah Archer, Jason Ironman, who back then was called Iron Rhino, Typhus, I think Glenola, who is now here, by the way, would remember Typhus, and also Dave Demented. Yeah, Typhus was the one that kicked Archer in the balls all the time, remember?
Yes!
I was just saying...
Anytime Archer opened his mouth.
Yeah, during the promos. And it didn't happen. The alarming thing, though, was it didn't seem to happen to anybody else. It's not like Archer was the only one he promoted against back. And I liked how promos worked back then better. They needed to have more detail to them, but because you could insert them in between matches. Now, if you want to have a promo on your show, you got to literally replace a match with it.
Some vicious DDT we just saw.
And I don't like that. That is silly. You should be able to put it in between matches. You know, most promo and shoots are done in between matches, not during a match. Sometimes they become matches, but they don't. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I was also saying they need to have some elements brought back to things like backstage brawls, because it'd be nice. You and I talked about this a little bit yesterday, in the sense that it'd be nice to be able to try and rival the old Jay Simmons versus Wolfman Allen Severn matchup, which you can't because those options during a backstage brawl don't exist anymore, but they should. They should bring that back.
Oh, yeah. But not just that, though. You'll never top that. I'm sorry.
Well, it was, what, an hour and 9 minutes or something crazy. Like, it was long.
It was what? I thought it was even long. I thought it was over an hour and a half, but I could be wrong.
No, it wasn't quite that long. I think it was like, it was just under 90 minutes, I think, or something like that. Well, I guess that's an hour and a half, but it was just under the... Yeah, I think it was like... Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's still over an hour and 9 minutes. But you're right, I think it was closer to the 90-minute mark.
But yeah, I mean... They
Season
destroyed
1.
anything that could be destroyed. They just went everywhere and anywhere.
That was season 1. Sometime...
Was it season 1 or was it season 2?
Oh, no, it was season 1 because it was 2K18. They had that, because remember, they ended up in Triple H's office. They were on top of cars. They were on top of a semi-truck trailer. They were in a locker room. Like, there was so many. They were in the crowd at one point. Like, it was ring crowd. Like, and that's why it was so long. It didn't seem it though, because they weren't just doing the same things over and over. They literally fought in the ring, outside the ring, in the audience. Then they went backstage, fought on the stage, went to the back locker room. Like, it was just one thing to the next, and it was
The
wow.
thing that always got me with is Wolfman probably broke half or 3/4 of the items that got broke.
Oh yeah,
as the person being thrown into said items.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
He just wouldn't give up.
No, I know. Severn. That's what I said. He didn't go up that ladder once. He went up fucking 4 times. Got thrown off 4 times. Oh shit! That is it. That is all, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of the match and still the TWA Legends Champion via tap out. It is the one Elijah Archer going home with his gold. But I got to tell you, that was a great match, and Eric Dangerous looked very good in there against Elijah Archer. That's the first time he's ever challenged for the Legends Championship. And I mean, it's not like he lost to, Topher. He lost to the one Elijah Archer. Not going to hurt his career.
Nah.
Not going to hurt his career. Great matchup. Congratulations to Eric Dangerous for even getting there. Right? That's how well he's done in his career. He was able to even challenge for that championship.
Well,
bullshit. Touch the rope. Mankind is a blind bastard. Mufasa says. No, that was a rope touch. Rocky's calling it too. They're gonna want a rematch happening there because I'll have to watch it again. Apparently, the foot was on the rope and the referee didn't bother to call it. It sounds like Eric Dangerous might have got screwed here. Let's see if they show it in the replay. Let's see if they show it. It's not going to be here, obviously.
And even though around about 2K18, I used to be part of...
I mean, if you look at the replay...
I used to provide an old game as well.
It didn't look like anything was touching a rope.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
No.
And I am the first that'll call out.
Well, of course you would be.
Archer
picking up a win that never sits right with Glenn. So he would definitely call that shit out. Yeah, I don't think there was a rope touch there. I don't. Referee rating, perfect. And it's Mankind. Mankind just wants to fight Archer again because he knows he already beat him once and dethroned him. He wants to. I mean, there's a reason that he was a special guest referee here today. He's a sneaky, conniving, crazy lunatic is what he is. And I don't think Archer is going to be too interested in signing up for that right away or at all. But who knows? I mean, it's up to the powers that be, and Mankind can be persuasive. You know, he can either take out the roster or you can give him what he wants. Mankind was a savage back in the day. Savage. Elijah Archer, I'm challenging you for that championship. Mufasa wants a shot at Elijah Archer next. That'd be 2 members of TDL. I mean, I'm down with that. I think he'd be down with that. Why not? He'd prefer that to Mankind. He's already lost to Mankind. He doesn't want that smoke right now. He wants to hold that belt just a little longer, so... Not to say that Mufasa couldn't take it from him, but he'd probably sign up to face Mufasa before Mankind. You know what I mean? Alright, here we go. co-main event. It is a last woman standing matchup. It is the coldest bitch on the planet, January, from Team Infinite Only, taking on the great B. Jackson for the TWA World's Championship. That is next. These two have a long-standing rivalry that goes back a long time. They've also been allies and champions together. They formed a team called Winter Swarm and ate up several divisions and all of their championships. January became the very first sextuplet champion, holding 6 championships at one time. B. Jackson would later, 2 years later almost, I believe, be able to achieve that same accomplishment and then take it one step further, and she became a septuplet champion, holding 7 championships at one time. And since then, her only request: I want to be a fighting champion. Let's keep these belts being defended. She still holds a few belts. For now, she's putting one on the line today. It is January versus B. Jackson for the TWA World's Championship. Last woman standing matchup. Let's rock and roll. This should be very interesting.
Listen up, pencil necks. Everybody want to take on Archer? Let's do this. 6-man Chamber of Pain against Archer. Participants to be announced.
That's fucking gaslight. What did Archer do to deserve that? That is unjust. That is unjust. That sounds like the Wolfman running a coup is what that sounds like. This sounds like a way to try and, you know... Because, I mean, there's no better way to try and dethrone a champion than throw him to the wolves, right? Throw him in a multi-man matchup. That's the test of a champion. I mean, I've seen people come out still champion many times, but a lot more, you know, are never quite able to rise to the occasion, if you will.
Yeah, but you got to remember, too, when it comes to the Wolfman, he wants a fighting champion, one who will fight anything.
Fair point.
If Wolfman could throw in lions, tigers, and bears, he'd do it.
I mean, Archer can definitely be a big goofball, and he probably still, even for his age, parties a little too much, but, you know, considering he's definitely always been a fighting champion when he's held a championship, and he's never backed down from a fight.
No.
He's been beat up a few times, though.
He's not over my shoulder. That's probably why Wolfman respects him so much.
They have a strange relationship. They always have, right? Archer and sometimes they hate each other. Other times it's like they're inseparable. It's like you don't know what to do. Like when you're facing the Wolfpack or the Coalition, you're not sure, you know, who's going to show up on what day. Are they friends today? Are they not? Do we have to worry about the Wolfpack? Or when you're facing the Wolfpack, is Archer and MJF and everybody hiding in a corner somewhere? You don't know. But it's true, they have their relationship would be listed as complicated, I think, on Facebook.
I don't think Facebook has a setting for that relationship.
Mad Dog and Rocky Cross want to sign up for your 6-man match, which of course there's only 5 slots for, because Archer would be the 6th, unless. Oh no, you can't do 7.
Well, I did catch somebody.
I dare you to try.
Grinning when Wolfman said that. And I'm sorry, he could be a nice guy, but War is scary when he grins.
War the Machine. The reigning defending TWA Women's World Champion, the great B. Jackson, in the house. Last woman standing for her championship.
Thanksgiving was considered one of the biggest nights of sports entertainment, and that tradition continues.
This is an interesting one. I don't even know where to put my money on this one. Part of me wants to say January. The other side of me thinks B has pulled out so many wins in incredible situations. You can never quite count her out.
From Knoxville, Tennessee.
But we know January's hungry.
And
it's been a while since she's been champion. Not a situation she's, accustomed to. She wants to change that.
HCC, what's your wrestler's name again?
Mufasa.
That's Mufasa?
Yep.
Okay.
I know it's weird when you got to get used to multiple different handles, right? Because you're used to all the Twitch names, but then you come to YouTube and sometimes they're different.
Okay. Well, then I was just given a list. The lovely Stacy just handed me the list from Wolfman. We got Mad Dog. We got Rocky Cross. We got War. We got Damien. And we got Mufasa.
Damn, these girls came out of the box swinging.
That'll be a hell of a Chamber of Pain match.
Chamber of Pain. It's been a while since we had a Chamber of Pain match, to be fair. I think we had, what was our last,
stinging right to the back. Come on now.
Did we have a Crimson Lockdown, I think? Was one of the last matches similar to that match type that we've had. But it's been a while since we had a Chamber of Pain. I don't think we've had since, I want to say season 4?
Something like that.
Because I don't think we had one last season, did we? I don't think it was a possibility last season.
I don't think we were allowed to.
No, that's right. But this season, I'm pretty sure we can. But again, it's weird how sometimes they take away elements of the game that are cool for seemingly for no reason. It's like, they don't really need this. Let's put this in instead.
They need to bring back the Inferno.
Yeah, that'd be cool too. But specifically with the backstage stuff, they got to make it more interesting. Like 2K18 had all that detail to it, right?
Wide open,
right? It was wide open. You're backstage in the hallway. You're in a locker room. You're in Triple H's office. You're in the back parking lot where there's semi-truck trailers. There's it was cool, and it was fun. It made it, and again, that was a way longer match than we ever would have anticipated would happen. But because of the flow, because they would start in the ring, then it went outside the ring for a while, then it spilled over into the audience, then it went on to the stage where they battled on the stage for a while, then suddenly they were backstage, then in a hallway, an office, a back parking lot, so it all just kind of, it was still really long, but it wasn't as bad. Like, can you imagine with today's limitations to what they've done with backstage, can you imagine an whatever 80-minute long match now would be, gaslight, tedious, if you will. Yeah.
But it's like, granted, I'm Wolfman's manager, and I will keep him on things, but that's like the match with Wolfman and Christian Poole. Or Christian Hart. The submission-only match.
The one, you mean the one where they won with the hammerlock?
Yes.
Man, that was another really long matchup. And I think
they do everything but the kitchen sink at each other.
Yeah. I don't think it would have. Next hold of any kind would have won that matchup. It was crazy. Yeah. It wasn't quite as long, but it was long too, though. It was close to the hour-long mark.
It was about an hour and 20 minutes.
Was it an hour and 20 minutes? Okay. So there we go. Yeah, and it was a submission match, but it was falls count anywhere. And still took that long. Kind of crazy. When both of them had multiple submission options in their repertoire, it was like, wow, what's going on?
That was when the world discovered that Wolfman was not just a brawler.
Yeah, no, he's got some moves. But to win with the hammerlock was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, who would have saw that coming? Full Nelsons and cross faces and chicken wing, all the things that happened during that match, and it's a hammerlock that wins the match. Remember when your tag team partner touched you and got disqualified?
Oh yeah.
Talk about your all-time greatest glitches ever. That was weird, man. That was weird. Or the other time, there was another match where your partner, inadvertently kind of, but it still looked funny, struck a woman. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to remember who that was now, but fuck, that was funny.
That one I don't remember.
No, me neither.
Who it was, but
some funny shit happened.
That was either with the Wolfman's Outlaws tag team.
Yeah, back in the day.
Or it was the.
I forgot they were called the Outlaws.
Yep.
Yeah, that name now is, almost synonymous with Team Joe Link.
Yeah.
So it's funny to think that they shared not the same name, but a similar name.
Wolfpack, or it was a Wolfman, Cactus Jack, and Psycho Sid. Because it was Psycho Sid that touched the Wolfman.
Oh, that's right too. That's right too. But which never made sense on any level, because again, it was his partner. So I didn't quite get it. I don't think we ever will quite get that, to be fair. But
no, but the ref sure got it.
Yes.
Is this going to be the final count?
Up at a 7 count. B is still in it to win it here. Still looking to retain. January, though, right from the get-go, because she come out pouncing. She come out swinging for the fences. And that's been the story for a lot of the matchup.
Oh, come on. This is just ridiculous.
January putting on a show here today.
I don't get this. She's barely paying attention to her opponent. She's supposed to be competing in a match here.
It's been quite a. I mean, they've both had their moments, but I think January so far has been the one more in control of the match, I guess I'll say. She hasn't necessarily delivered any significant damage to B through that whole experience, but she has controlled a lot of the match as far as, ring control goes. You know what I mean?
She's letting the crowd fill her with confidence now.
Champ left railing a little by that last blow.
Maybe she should be trying to do more damage, though. It is B. Jackson. If January gets it all fatigued, B. Jackson will take advantage of that in a heartbeat.
They're both just showboating so much.
Yeah, that too. There's a lot of showboating going on. Pandering to the audience when they don't need to be. Love the butterfly suplex. Nobody does it better.
Suplex for a submission.
Suplex for a submission. I still like DDT for a kick out. And sometimes
DDT for kick out. That was just a suplex submission.
Suplex submission, yeah.
That can make an opening for her.
Some of the things that come out sometimes, it's like, what? Where did you get that from? It doesn't even. There's no DDT that's been delivered at all, and they're talking about a DDT. B. Jackson flat on her back again. January standing tall. We're at an 8 count, guys. Oh, she's getting up at 9. She got up at 9. The champion refuses to give up. Oh, but January says, no, ma'am. Lay the fuck down.
First of all, I think the best with Wolfman and Archer was them fighting outside the ring and totally ignoring everything that was going on.
Yeah.
The ladder match.
What was the match? It was the Wolfpack versus the Coalition. I can't remember who Archer... Oh, she got up at 9 again. Man, that's got to be frustrating if you're January. Oh, look at this. Look at the power. And, this match has been fairly lengthy, and it still have that kind of a gas tank and that much strength left in her. I mean, B. Jackson is no small woman. Oh, kick right to the face. B. Jackson now looking to turn things around and gain the upper hand herself. January now face down on the canvas.
She's saying it's on, WWE Universe. Let's go.
But man, yeah, TWA's had so many great historical moments. And most of them are all on YouTube too, which is great. January up at an 8 count.
War being given the Hulk Hogan's title before the match.
Yeah. He also won a championship when he wasn't even in the matchup, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
he interfered with the match.
Yeah, that was the year that all the referees were deathly afraid of War of the Machine, and they're like, fuck it, just give him the belt. Get him out of here. He's champion. So champions literally had to fight War to get their belt back when they never even lost their belt. It was a messed up situation.
Yeah.
But it,
then you had,
wow, she did it. Holy fuck balls, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is all. After one hell of a last woman standing matchup, the winner and still TWA Women's World's Champion, representing Team Honeybee Wrestling, also known as Queen Bee on our TWA family Discord. It is the great B. Jackson, the leader of the League of Nations. Congratulations to B. Jackson. Congratulations to Honeybee Wrestling. Wow. I'm not going to lie, I thought January was dethroning B. Jackson there, guys. I don't know. What did you guys think?
I'll be honest, I wasn't trying to guess on this one, because either way, it was a great match.
It really was. It really was. That is one of the better last woman standing matches I've ever seen, actually. Mm-hmm. To even take it a notch further. Butterfly suplex, also known as a royal butterfly. Rocky says, I won my bet. Which bet? What,
Rocky put in the chat $250K on B.
Oh, right. Okay, I see that now. I was just looking up the chat room there. So what does that make you for the night? You likely got the Archer match wrong. I'm going to almost guarantee you were betting against Archer, so I know you got that one wrong. Don't even fucking lie to me. Do not lie to your friends. Do not lie to us, please.
But she was able to retain her title like a true champion.
How dare you? All right, here we go. We're moving on to the main event of the day. And ladies and gentlemen, it is a rematch. And it is an Iron Man match for the TWA World's Championship. It is the Manifestation Damian Angel from Team Kraken Skulls taking on the Future M. It is Mufasa putting his championship on the line against Damian next.
Oh, Damian would be a great one to do a Fifth Proto match with.
He would be, yeah. Odie says he doesn't care for the Red Hulk look. I was like, well, Damian's kind of always looked like that, so I don't know what you want. Damian does what Damian wants. And over the years, he's earned that right. He is definitely one of the greatest superstars of all time. All right, here we go. Damian Angel, Mufasa, TWA World Championship on the line. It's Iron Man time. Let's rock and roll. 15 minutes of iron. Who can gain the most pinfalls, submissions, or knockouts? TKOs are also acceptable.
Okay. Hey, Archer. Since it's been quite a while since I've been on the broadcast, I decided to do something very special for you.
Oh, did you find a list?
I did. And since this is a 15-minute, I think we can do this.
Fantastic.
This is from WhatCulture.com. By James Egan, dated July 10th, 2023. 10 most dangerous WWE matches ever.
10 most dangerous WWE matches ever. Let's do it.
All right, number 10. And I don't know, I think I might have placed this one a little bit higher. Love to see the rest of the list. Mankind versus The Rock, Royal Rumble 99.
Okay,
that was the one where The Rock did chair shot after chair shot.
Yep. Yeah. That was crazy. That was crazy. You know, I know it was Mankind and all, and it was, but that was over. I think back then even Even back then, people had said that it was overdone.
The Rock was after handcuffing Mankind, People's Champ pulled out a chair and walloped his opponent across the head. Even though Mankind was meant to receive 5 unprotected chair shots.
Boss Apollo, I see you.
So he did 11 times.
11 chair shots to the face.
Yeah.
That's insanity.
Mankind's wife and kids were in the crowd.
Yep. Yep, they were there for the whole thing.
As you know, Thanksgiving has a long-standing tradition of being one of the more prestigious nights on the sports entertainment
That's
calendar.
crazy. I liked the original Mankind. I didn't like what they eventually did with Mankind. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I enjoyed it. I'll admit. I thought Mankind was fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can't hate on it.
I loved the original too. Don't get me wrong at all.
He was just such a savage.
Mm-hmm.
That's when he should have been a world champion.
At the time, I didn't know his opponent. But they had Mankind with his muzzle on and coming out there, and they were talking about how brutal his opponent is and all this. It was Sabu. Mankind versus Sabu.
Well, just think of the
in a hardcore match.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was. I don't remember all the details on it. I mean, it's quite a few years ago, but that was so cool.
On another level.
Our reigning defending TWA World Heavyweight Champion Mufasa in the house. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be very high octane. It is likely going to get ugly quick, but who's walking out? TWA World Champion Damien, Angel, or Mufasa?
I'm going with Damien.
You're going with Damien?
Yeah, I have to go with Damien.
Mufasa's probably thinking, how dare you, Glenola?
One of the few people to be directly invited to the Wolfpack and refuse.
He did, yeah. Yep. I was actually, that was shocking for me back then. I actually thought that was going to happen. He even teased a couple times like it was going to happen, and then turned it down, and I was like, wait a minute, what? When the fuck did I miss? Because you lost, And so it was well played out by Cracking Skulls at the time. What's going on, boss?
Yeah. Hey, boss.
Glenola's just running down on top 10 most dangerous matches of all time.
I got a list too.
You got a list too. Well, let's get through Glenola's first.
Okay, I'll speed this up a little. Number 9, Edge and Christian versus the Hardy Boys. No Mercy of '99.
Oh yeah, damn, that was a brutal match.
Yeah, 4 Daredevils performing on bombs on their opponents inside.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, it was a brutal match. It was a great match, though.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you, those two tag teams could not have a bad match with each other.
No. And you had and when you could add the Dudley Boys into that mix, that was 3 tag teams untouchable. Like, whatever they were about to do, you're not touching it. They've raised the bar that high for the day.
You got Michaels versus Taker, Royal Rumble '98.
Oh, yeah.
Which was, let's see which one that is. I think that was the Buried Alive, or... No, I think that was the casket match.
Yeah, I think it might have been casket or cage.
Yeah, they have absolutely no desire to even entertain the possibility of walking out of here tonight without their title.
Mufasa is all over Damien here. Very interesting start to this matchup.
Elbow drop.
Mufasa is showing no fear of the manifestation.
These superstars looking locked in.
All right.
Both superstars countering one move after another.
You're going with Damien Angel?
Turns it around.
Okay.
Number 7, Guerrero versus JBL, Judgment Day, 2004.
That was a good match. I mean, JBL and Eddie Guerrero, they're in the same match. So you know you're in for a thrill ride there to begin with. But, yeah, I remember they took it to each other pretty good in that match.
Oh, yeah. And there was a botch in that match that caused one of those things that made it such an amazing match.
I'm trying to remember what it was.
When Eddie made the cut, he hit an artery.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's right. And he was squirting blood.
Yeah, certainly did.
Yeah, that's right too.
Look at the blood flowing.
An Iron Man matches, that's something.
Why does that not surprise
had
me
to
though?
change its rating to TVMA.
Wins the
Yeah.
race. Right, guys? Yeah, this is a marathon, not a sprint, Cole.
He went on
Especially
for
this
10
early in
more
the match.
minutes.
We're nowhere near down to the wire yet.
Yeah, he was like, and he had blood all over him.
Yeah.
I remember. Yep. But that aside, great match as well. Violent matches we're talking about so far, but also great matches so far. You know, I've seen some violent matches that were just, you know, plain stupid.
This match here, this is a controversial match, and I can't say that it's one of my favorite matches. Bart Gunn versus Butterbean, WrestleMania 15.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, it
That was the brawl for all.
Yeah, boxing matchup. That was kind of crazy, that whole thing.
So, you know, it wasn't terrible, but it just, you know,
It was their way of trying to attract boxing fans to pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Is exactly what it was in the time period, right? And it worked. It did work.
38 seconds.
The challenger looked unhinged.
Yeah, oh yeah, Butterbean
Bart was
knocked him.
knocked out in 38 seconds.
Yeah, yeah, and he was legitimately knocked out too. Yeah, Butterbean didn't hold back. He was no pro wrestler. He punched him and he knocked him out.
I don't know if I want to go on this trip, guys,
Yeah.
but you might have
So,
to because
you know, as a dangerous match or that, yeah, it definitely belongs on the list. But
Yeah.
here it comes, legendary.
all right, yeah, see, this is the one. I was wondering if it was on the list. The four-way ladder match at Armageddon 2006.
There's a fall for Damian Angel. It is 1-0 over the champion.
Oh, what a response.
You know, and I've heard arguments either way on this match on who was the one that actually botched.
Yeah.
But it was the four-way ladder match at Armageddon where Jeff Hardy hit Joey Mercury in the face with the ladder.
He's slow to get up and unaware of the massive target on his back.
And some people say Mercury botched it.
Others say it was done on purpose.
Some say it was Jeff, and yeah, I've heard it done on purpose, but
Yeah.
The challenger taking some minor damage.
you know, I don't think it was done on purpose, no matter what.
I'm still trying to remember the spot.
He two ladders were laying on one another like a seesaw. Jeff left onto the edge of one ladder, caused the other end to shoot up.
Right. Yep.
Mercury in the face.
Yep, I remember that now.
But with plenty of time left. Double leg takedown.
It broke his orbital bone and his nose in 4 places. Or Mercury. Mercury said, I have
nice
5 stitches
reversal.
on the inside of my nose and my cheek, and 15 stitches on the outside of my nose and cheek. Left eye is swollen shut, and I have continual internal bleeding from my nose and my eye. He was rushed to the emergency room. Immediately left the match. Yeah, but I remember watching that. I didn't realize I was.
I think this is crazy, but man, Mufasa's going toe-to-toe here with Damian.
I must have watched the replay too. I wasn't watching pay-per-views very often back then.
Yeah, no, Mercury was gushing blood, yeah.
It was ugly.
Mufasa or HCC Wrestling on here was saying that, you know, accidents happens, but yeah, Mercury was gushing, but he was gushing blood.
Oh yeah, it was nasty.
Oh yeah.
Number 4.
Since a few people just got here and Boss has a list, we'll probably do maybe at least one go-home happy match, because I'm thinking we had a trend there for a while with go-home happy matches, not involving our season and universe, but taking past matches that we'd like to see rematches of, like we did Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior, for instance. So I'm trying to think of a fun match. What would we like to see? Like, you know, I believe we've also already seen Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus Macho Man Randy Savage. So, I mean, and there's opportunities and options here. Like, we could see Sting versus Undertaker, for instance, in a casket match.
Unfortunately, I can't. We couldn't redo the one match.
No, I know.
That was the Demolition, I think it was.
Demolition.
Came out in their underwear, bald.
It is 1-1 now.
A deafening cheer from the WWE.
1-2-1. Mufasa was finally able to pick up a fall over Damien. Looking for a second straight fall here. And he got it. It is 2-1 for the champion.
Hey, Archer, if you didn't hear it, Boss suggested DX versus the Brothers of Destruction.
Ooh, that could be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that. Absolutely. Plus, Boss has a list he wants to go over, so we need another match to make that possible. So.
All right. Now, number 4, Triple H and Stone Cold versus Jericho and Benoit. Raw, May 21st, 2001.
Yeah.
You know, that was...
right at the beginning of the Ruthless Aggression era.
Yeah. Hunter Helmsley's career nearly came to an end after suffering a seemingly innocent fall. While Austin was caught in Jericho's finisher, Triple H leapt in to break it up. Although Triple H looked like he landed softly, the impact caused the 14-time World Champion's quad to tear open.
Yeah, damn, I remember when that happened. Rocky had said Triple H versus Undertaker in a cage. That would have been a good one too.
Yeah.
But DX versus the Brothers of Destruction sounds like fun too, though. Those are two very good options. I mean, if anybody else has an idea, feel free to. But if we if we get more than one answer for one thing, we can always change it up. But yeah.
I thought this superstar was done.
All right.
Everybody did.
So, number 3.
Deep into the match.
3-2.
Edge versus Foley, WrestleMania 22.
Sorry, who versus Foley?
Edge.
Oh, right, yeah.
That's the one where they did the fire spot.
Yep,
and
it
Edge
was, yeah.
shirtless.
Yep.
Although nothing is off limits in a hardcore match, these two wrestlers went way too far.
Yeah.
Foley was tossed head first into the ring stairs, had his skull smashed into the entrance platform.
Big cut on his head,
by
too.
Edge in the face.
Yep. Yeah, no, it was crazy. Yeah, yeah.
Foley ran barbed wire bat across his eyes. There's a mandible claw on Edge with a barbed wire sock.
Trying to wrestle free their opponent's arm.
I'm going to assume that Taker versus Mankind Hell in a Cell must be on this list at some point.
Oh, I'm guessing that's going to be number 1.
Yeah, probably, because that was nuts.
Yeah. But and then the finisher was Edge spearing Foley while he was on the outside of the ropes, causing the pair to land on a flaming table. You know? I actually watched the interview with Edge where he was talking about that spot.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2 had to be on the list. I'm just going to say the title. Enough said. Owen Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin, SummerSlam '97. You know, that's one where I was going to say Stone Cold broke his neck in that match.
Yeah. That was from the sit-down pile driver, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow, it's 4-4 just like that. What a crazy match this has been.
And actually, Archer and I have discussed this. It changed Stone Cold's career.
It did, yeah.
Because before that, he had such technical skills.
Yeah, he was a great wrestler, yeah.
Hold on a second, I gotta turn off my alarm clock.
That was your alarm clock?
And back elbow creates separation.
That's amusing.
What a display of strength here. Straight impact on the throat.
Now I want to know what song it was, because I couldn't quite... I didn't get to hear it long enough. He wanted to rush off and shut that shit off before we heard it. It's probably
what the song was.
What was it, like theme music from a 1960s porn or
no,
what?
It's a country song.
Which one?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
My alarm clock set to a local country station.
Oh my.
This is the only one that down here in the basement comes in.
Oh, okay.
Enough to be used for an alarm.
Shit, I missed a fall. 5-4 for the champion, Rocky? Is it 5-4 for Mufasa? Look at that blood all over. He's wearing a crimson mask. Is Mufasa. No doubt, though. He's been going toe-to-toe with the manifestation Damien. He has shown no fear in this competition at all. Oh, 2 count only there. But yeah, Rocky. Is it 5-4 for Mufasa? I assume it is, but...
Hey, Archer, do you want to declare the #1 entry?
Is it the Hell in a Cell between Mankind and Undertaker?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, it has to be. Like, yeah. So that, it looks like it might be 6-4. Oh, it was 5-4 for Damien, so now it's 5-5. Okay. See, now if you had to just answer my question instead of taking over my job. Straight up villainy.
There's a decision to be made. Do you stay on the attack or play defense?
Yeah.
So
I
it is
put this.
all tied up.
Mere minutes into the bout, the pair were on the cage's roof. Moments later, Undertaker tossed his opponent off the edge, causing him to crash into the announce table below. As the audience gazed in disbelief at this unprecedented occurrence, all Jim Ross could say was, "Good God, he killed him!"
Good God, he killed him.
From what I've heard, that was JR's actual reaction. That was not a, you know, he honestly thought Mankind was killed.
Well, I mean, he took some awful abuse in that cell match.
Yeah. If Undertaker had fought any other wrestler, this incident would have concluded the match. Mankind is not just another wrestler. Despite suffering a dislocated shoulder, internal bleeding, concussion, puncture wounds, and bruised ribs, Mankind didn't stay down. Yeah, well, after dislocating his jaw and losing 2 teeth, all Mankind did was smile.
Right.
When he was carried off on a stretcher, he hopped off, allowing his rival to continue beating him to a pulp. When Undertaker accidentally chokeslammed him through the cage into the ring below, Mankind got back up.
The referee just screwed Damien.
Of course.
Did anybody see that? Mufasa tapped. The ref didn't call it. It is still 5-5.
Oh, no. Well, hey, Archer, we need to find a new ref.
I know.
I don't think this ref will be there.
No, this referee is going to be future endeavored. It should be about 6-5. Or no, it should be 6-5 for Damien right now.
I don't think future endeavors is the proper saying.
No, it might be something a little more, you know,
permanent.
Yeah. Yeah, because future endeavor could be, you know. Oh, there we go. 6-5 now in favor of the champion. It should be 6-6, but it is 6-5, unfortunately, due to the referee's, well, inability to count a fall when it was right in front of her. I mean, Mufasa clearly tapped out there.
That's one of the 2 things. There are 2 more things they need to bring back. They got to bring back Zombie Ref.
Zombie Ref was amazing.
Best ref we had.
I missed Funko Pop matches too.
Yeah, but our the Archer vs. #1 fan has been missing again.
Archer's #1 fan.
Yeah, Trash Can.
Trash Can, yeah. The Trash Can doesn't show up nearly as often as he used to. First few seasons, it was like it was a mainstay. It was a wrestler themselves.
Instead of where's Waldo, where's Trash Can?
And that is it. That is all. Just like that, the match is over. You know what? It was a draw. It was a draw. So so what, did the referee motion and we didn't see it for them to count that fall?
He must did.
Because the bell didn't ring, right? So it didn't signal that another fall had happened. But yeah, with a draw, unfortunately, that's champion's advantage. So still, the TWA World's Champion, and rightfully so anyways. I mean, he went toe-to-toe with one of the biggest dudes that's ever stepped foot in one of our rings.
And survived.
Right? He's a legend himself. He's won many championships. He is a formidable feat. He's one person to fill your plate type of superstar. And, you know, Mufasa was in there doing his thing, holding his own, and looked like a true champion. So, But yeah, it looks like 6-6 was the final. That's crazy. Because it looked to me like they didn't count it, and then Mufasa got a fall, made it what appeared to be 6-5, but that made it 6-6 somehow. So I don't know. I'm confused. But either way, referee screwed Damien. At the end of the day, that's really what happened there. Instead of getting another fall, or I don't know, because I don't know how it ended up 6-6 either. So I thought my count was 6-5 Mufasa, and yet Mufasa's
call that referee.
I know, right? Somehow Mufasa's fall made it 6-6. It's like, what? But he was already leading. You should be crowning him as still the champion. But they don't parade off draws. So it is what it is. The match is over. It is a draw. And again, still the TWA World's Champion, Mufasa, the future M, going home with his gold. I mean, as controversial as that's going to be. As controversial as that is going to be. Interesting day, though. I mean, we saw Alex Ramon become a champion. We saw Queen Dust become a champion. Nobody else was able to become a champion today. It was a very good day for champions. Very good day for champions. Even our main event, although it was a draw, Mufasa retained his championship. January could not defeat B. Jackson. Eric Dangerous could not overcome the one Elijah Archer. Alex Ramon did defeat Mad Dog in his demonic form, Sutek. Queen Dust overcame Anna Jay and became the new TWA Underground Champion. Shade retained the WCW World Heavyweight Championship in a triple threat TLC. Lyra Valkyria and Falls Count Anywhere managed to defeat the person I thought was walking out here as champion today. From Team Life is Great, it was Roxanne Riley. That match surprised me, and even throughout the matchup, it looked like she was going to take that championship from Lyra, but Lyra, I don't know, she turned that match around, didn't look back, and retained her gold. And then, of course, we had the Motor City Machine Gun challenging the Ego Club, but the Ego Club, I don't think they're ever giving up those championships. Same with the Outlaws, challenged by Lady Death Authority. It was a fantastic matchup, but it was the champions retaining. So it was a great day of matches. Great day for champions for the most part. A lot of retentions today. That's not usually the case. But, all right, so
retention is not necessarily good. Sometimes, depending what you retain, they put stuff into sensitive areas.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to have a go-home happy matchup is what we're going to do, because Boss Apollo also has a list, much like Glenola did. So we need to have a matchup to go with that list. Boss, what is your list anyways?
The top 10 WWE main event fans completely forgot about.
That the fans forgot about?
Yep.
Okay, interesting. That's intriguing. And it's the top how many? 10?
Top 10 WWE main event fans completely up. It's about the sports.
Are we doing a straight-up tag team matchup here, or are we doing a Tornado tag team matchup? What do we want to do with Degeneration X and the Brothers of Destruction here?
I say a tornado.
Tornado, you think? Glenola, what about you?
Yeah? I think that sounds good.
All right.
But I just got to know, is that the list you're doing, or were you going to do top 10 blind dogs?
Top 10 blind dogs. That was the funniest answer to any joke we've ever had, because it made no sense. The joke, nothing we were discussing at all, actually, for that day, up to that point, had anything to do with animals, but somehow, Boss's answer was a blind dog. It's like, what is he on?
Yeah, we're not gonna let you live that one down. I'm really resisting mentioning the other funniest boss moment.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Out of respect. Yeah, when you got called out.
I'm just getting our go home happy match ready.
Nah, that was funny.
We're gonna go with that version of Kane.
That was hilarious.
Y'all was cracking up.
You're full of shit.
Alright, so our go home happy match is ready. It is D-Generation X, Triple H and Shawn Michaels taking on The Undertaker and Kane. They are the Brothers of Destruction.
But just to give you a little background, there used to be a redeem called the Tree of Knowledge or Rotten Fruit.
Yep.
Whoever you put that on, they had to tell a story, and you had to decide, is it true?
Was it true or bullshit?
Is it false?
Yeah.
So the boss is telling this great story, very elaborate.
Oh, fuck, I remember. I know exactly what you're going to say.
And somebody that was in his house walked behind him and went, "You're full of shit."
Called him right out. It was his wife at the time. Boss was going through this elaborate story. Yeah, was going through this elaborate story. All of a sudden, his wife comes home, walks by, stops and says, "Wait, what? You're full of shit." Listening to what he was saying on the computer, so he had to, like, tell her and explain to her what was going on, and oh my god, yeah, he got called out bad.
Well, I was trying not to mention who it was. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I think Boss, you've already moved on. You have a new missus now, don't you?
Well, I did, but not no more.
Oh. Good lord, Boss, you're changing women like you're changing team names. What the fuck? We can't even keep up with your ass. What is wrong with you? You know? When they talk about somebody's ass doing 90, they don't mean between different women. That was supposed to be just something, you know, if it's not big enough, you can make up for it with speed, hopefully.
Though, Archer, when you're only around like 1 week every 6 months, you know, and then your team disappears, hard to keep up.
Oh, Mufasa says she called for the bell when he tapped. See, I didn't hear the bell ring, Mufasa. That's why I was confused.
Hey, boss, in your settings, see if you're sharing your voice. Because they say they can't hear you.
They can't hear. You guys can't hear, boss?
Oh, I thought I fixed that last time.
Yeah, you got to make sure your voice is being shared. It's in those settings. Maybe the PlayStation settings.
I'm on my phone.
Yeah, see, like, are you on the PlayStation app?
Go through settings thing.
Yeah,
whatever.
Just go into your settings on the PlayStation app.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, I do miss the Tree of Knowledge or Rotten Fruit. We had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, we did. I mean, I've considered bringing it back. I'll raise the price on it this time, though, so only certain people can afford it all the time, but... I had it too cheap, and at one point, I remember one show, fuck, there must have been 10 redeems for it, and I was like, okay. Now things are getting to be a bit much. I actually took the time to create some commands for our show today here on YouTube. And when I go to Stream Elements, it shows me that it's connected and live on YouTube, but it's not working with YouTube today. But I find I've said it before. I said it earlier today. Actually, sometimes YouTube and Stream Elements don't make good bedfellows for some reason. Much like 2K and Twitch. I mean, look at yesterday's issue, for instance. Out of nowhere.
25 and gameplay.
Yeah. You know, it was out of nowhere, man. There was no glitching, there was no signs of a crash upcoming, nothing. It was like an RKO or an AKO. It was out of nowhere and just boom, crashed. It's like, what the fuck? And that's been happening a lot with Twitch, I find. It's been happening. I mean, we've always been able to hear you. Let's see if they can. How dare you, Glenola? Rocky says he's smoking quack. Who's smoking quack? Can you guys hear Boss now? He would like to know if you can hear him. It's like a Verizon commercial. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? How about now? Can you hear me now? The only thing worse than those commercials were the old... you guys remember the old head-on commercials? It was this shit in a tube that supposedly relieved you of headaches.
Oh, yeah.
Which ended up being a complete farce, right? Like, it doesn't... I think you can still order the shit on some websites, but, like, the government and the FDA and everybody eventually said, yeah, it's not what it claims it is. Or whatever. But the commercials were terribly, terribly annoying. But yeah, can you guys hear Boss? Rocky, can you hear Boss? Rocky? Paging Rocky? Rocky to broadcast booth for customer assistance, please. How dare you leave us hanging?
Ignoring us all.
I know, right? Alright, well, Boss, you may as well start your list, and we may as well get this matchup underway. It is D-Generation X taking on the Brothers of Destruction. Right, let's rock and roll.
Top 10 WWE main event that completely forgot about. Alright, number 10 is Roddy Piper versus Jerry Lawler, King of the Ring, 1994.
It was Jerry Lawler versus who, sorry?
Roddy Piper.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
1994, King of the Ring.
Yep.
I didn't see that one, so I didn't forget about it, because I never saw it.
You never saw it.
Number 9, I forgot about this match. It's Kurt Angle versus Mark Henry, Royal Rumble 2006.
Actually, you know what's funny? I actually did forget about that match.
I did too.
Yeah. So I guess the title is so far living up to its... I mean, I do remember Piper and Lawler. I didn't necessarily remember the venue or the event, but I do remember them. I mean, it's not like they only had one match, but over the years.
Number 10, number 8, Randy Orton versus Triple H, the match at the Beach 2009.
I mean, I do remember it. I can't remember. Is that when they first turned on Randy Orton? And that was his...
I think so.
That's the match he got, or attempted to get his revenge against Triple H or whatever? I think.
Yeah, I think it was.
The game has arrived.
3 stages of hell.
The cerebral assassin, ready to engage in warfare.
I'd like to see the Legend Killer Maker return. You know, I would have liked to have seen Randy Orton and Goldberg's career instead of Gunther, for instance.
We are moments away from a true exhibition of authority. In the ring,
what they need to bring back is the triple cell.
That was kind of cool in a way. Like if they were able, it did need some adjusting. Like there's some things they could have done different with it, but it was a good concept. Now it would probably just be deemed too fucking dangerous or something.
Well, they'd probably, now that or the fans would say it was too boring to have one cell stacked on top of another.
I thought it was great. This,
the creator of the pedigree,
a truly devastating move.
See, I remember that match too.
Yeah, and he's mastered how, when,
I think Goldust at the time was Intercontinental Champion, wasn't he, or something?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that match was for the title or anything, but I do recall in and around that period of time Goldust having the Intercontinental Championship. Anyways, but I did know about that match. But they could be talking about people like today, not necessarily knowing about it, because it's not like it's a match we bring up all the time and talk about for any reason.
From San Antonio, Texas, weighing in at 227 pounds.
That's the thing. You probably talk about half of Undertaker's career in the match because he's had so many of them.
Yeah.
You are
looking at maybe the very best sports entertainer in the world today.
Undertaker versus Farouk, King of the Ring, 1997.
Versus who?
Haku, I think he said.
Farouk.
Oh, Farouk.
King of the Ring, Farouk. 1997, King of the Ring.
Farouk is Ron Simmons, of course.
Michaels recently
Yeah, I didn't know about that match.
It's weird because it's even at an event you think we would remember, but I don't remember that either.
Thing is, Farouk and Taker in the ring would be a hell of a match.
You would think so, yeah. Powerhouse versus Powerhouse. Interesting.
Two great storytellers.
Now I'm trying to remember some of the other matches on that card, and because obviously it was overshadowed for a reason.
Number 5.
The Phenom is here, and scarier than ever. Undertaker, full of evil ambitions, wants to take control.
You know, I wish they'd bring King of the Ring back as a PLE.
Who's gonna stop him?
And do it and give it its give it its proper adieu.
Just with the history of it, you gotta give it its spot, because you look at everything that it accomplished.
Well, think about it. With all these events, they're having double night events now. They could have the King or Queen of the Ring one night, King of the Ring the next night, right? And just like they did in the past, you have all your qualifying matches on the show, but then the semifinals and the finals are at the PLE.
I think he's here to make good on that threat.
I mean,
number 4, Randy Orton versus Ric Flair at Taboo Tuesday, 2004.
No.
I vaguely remember that.
If that's the match I'm thinking of, there's a reason it's been forgotten.
Yeah.
And I hate to say that because they're both great in-ring competitors.
No, they are.
Not that good.
No, they. So listen, for some reason, because they were great friends, even, you know, and they've always been very complimentary of each other's careers. They don't, but they had zero chemistry in that match, and it was not greatly presented, as I recall. Yeah. That's about the only thing I remember from it, though. I remember, but that's all I remember. I just remember. That's probably why, is I wasn't impressed. So why remember the shit?
And you know, even Ric Flair's allowed to have a bad match once in a while.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And a disdain for all humanity. This is the Big Red Machine.
I wouldn't know that one at all.
Say that again.
Braun Breaker versus Dolph Ziggler, NXT, Stand and Deliver, 2022.
No, I don't remember that.
But that's pretty much at the time where I wasn't watching.
Well, I mean, there was that big decade-long push of Super Cena that I barely watched too, because it got so unwatchable. You know, Vince's booking and his understanding of what the new audience wanted, and compared to what he wanted. Like, it's funny, the people that say, "Oh, I'd like to have Vince back." It's like, why? He was literally in the process of destroying his own company with very poor decision making, very poor booking, he had too much control. He wasn't letting anybody that wanted to change the business for better do so. He was just, it's whatever Vince wanted to see, that's what we saw. And, you know, we ended up with situations like Super Cena. Like, a large part of Cena's career, people... It's not like we didn't respect him and what he was doing for the business and stuff like that, but we didn't want to see him in the ring. They were just shoving him down our throats week after week, show after show, you know?
I know, but that whole black card...
shin breaker. He's no longer looking at his best. Yeah, just like Taker to prove why he really is one of a kind.
Yeah.
Oh, brutal forearm. Big time.
I like Gunther in any match. He's one of my favorites of the modern era. That guy is a little bit old school mixed with a little bit of new. You know what I mean? He tells a great story in the ring. He's very technically inclined. He's powerful. He's big. He's intimidating. To me, he's great on the microphones. He's just like, he's a main event player for a long time to come.
Impressive reversal
I
from
think.
Michaels.
Yeah, this don't remember at all. Number 2 is Camp Cornette.
Has to find a way out of this.
Oh,
Man, right to the esophagus.
Yeah, I don't remember that either. I would have been watching at that time period. The In Your House shows we would have been watching, but yeah, I don't remember that match.
Fishing for something beneath the ring.
But sometimes when you think about it, when you were watching pay-per-views, there was only usually a few matches you actually wanted. You watched the whole thing. You probably had friends. You were either at a bar or at home with a bunch of friends and drinking, and maybe eating chips, snacks, and pop, whatever you were doing at the time. But you were focused on a few of those matches, and you were just watching the other ones and probably doing other things while they were on, type of thing. So there's things you miss, right? That's just probably one of those things.
Wow, what's it going to take? Just kicking out at one takes a lot in a match like this. Face first.
Sheamus versus who?
Edge, Randy Orton, and John Cena.
Big back body drop.
He's going for the
Edge,
win.
Randy Orton, and John Cena.
Immediately powers out. Still in it. And there was some force on that move.
Interesting. Yeah, there was definitely a few on the list I remembered, and others it's like I don't recall them.
He counters with a great reversal.
For the most part, the only one I can really that I remember anything is with that, and I could be wrong on which match it was. And that was Flair and Orton.
Yeah, well, I mean that one's
pretty sure it was just a bad match.
It was. There was no chemistry, no.
Giving each other such a beating. And you can see the toll of that beating taking effect with every movement.
Yeah, that was a good list. Because again, I only knew when it first started. I thought, okay, well, I know these, but then all of a sudden it's like, what? Really?
But the struggle's worth it.
But, of course, I can remember a match. I may not be able to remember all the entrants to the match, but one of my favorites was Hardcore during the 24/7 rule.
Yeah.
Had like 10 different title changes. With, Molly Holly winning it.
See, I actually hated it when they turned it into the 24/7 thing. They did that's the same thing they did with the 24/7 championship, except for back then it was the Hardcore title they did it with. And
I enjoyed it, but thing is it had to be the Hardcore. You can't do it with another title. It doesn't make sense.
I hated the 24/7
championship. At least with the Hardcore title, I mean, there's no rules, so.
Except for the fact I think Ron Simmons is like, what, a 20-plus time champion with that belt?
I'd have to look.
It's kind of crazy to even think about attempting that kind of offense. But I can't say it didn't pay off.
Oh, he gets the shoulder up before 3.
Talk about inhuman.
Yeah, I never liked it.
How Kane was able to kick out of that. The big red monster.
You know what I don't get is why they haven't. I know it'd be like the third time they've done it, but this is a great time to bring back either the Cruiserweight Championship or the Light Heavyweight Championship. I'd actually prefer to see the Light Heavyweight Championship make a return. You know, because we got like people like. Well, I was just gonna say we got people like, you know, Penta and a lot of different people that could. A lot of the Lucha Libre guys would be great in that division. And I mean, anybody can challenge for it, but I mean, I just think it'd be an exciting. That or I wish they would have brought back the television championship and that was. Now WCW was really the only ones that did it right. So did NWA back in the day, but you know, it's a championship there was a championship matchup every week on every show, and there was a contendership match to see who would challenge for it next on every show, and it was a busy division, it was an active and fun division. Because I've watched other promotions and stuff that try to have a TV title, they just don't do it as well. They don't do it the same way. But like, how many times was Perry Saturn television champion, for instance?
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah, he's on his back foot.
Yeah, of course, I love WCW. I really do. There's a lot of things that they get trash about that I thought they did great with.
There's the new logo I was telling you about, by the way. I don't know if you noticed it yet.
Ooh, That is nice, yeah.
Masterful than this. Neck breaker.
And of course, Alan Severn's got to have his logo there. I see on there.
Now the pin. Can Michaels keep the shoulders down?
Got to make his presence known.
Wards off the pin at 2.
The fact that these
This
superstars can
is
still be moving
Wolfpack
in this
Championship
way is beyond
Wrestling.
the realm of reality.
Well, technically, this is in your house, but
Yeah.
I get what you mean, though. Inside cradled from Undertaker.
This is not a position Triple H wants to be in at this stage of the match.
I thought Undertaker was going to try to get a Hell's Gate going there, Shawn Michaels, so... Yeah, I thought for sure that's what he was going for. Michaels was able to evade that one, though.
Pressure must be kept on. Sidewalk slam. Almost drove him through the ring.
Well, they quietly abandoned the whole NXT Europe thing was the problem. I was hoping they'd bring back the European Championship too, but now it's like, you know, it's looking like it's not going to happen.
And it seems like his head might be the
You know, plus they've got a lot of other things on the go right now. I mean, NXT's doing just fine anyways, and then now they've got AAA and TNA and...
He gets the shoulder up.
almost inhuman at this point.
I will say I do like the fact that they're kind of more openly. It's not that I believed all along that there was a connection between WWE and TNA.
Yeah, it was always kind of evident, right? But now it's like a for sure thing.
Yeah, you know.
So are they going to buy TNA?
The option is there, so probably yes.
Here you go.
But it's going to remain TNA, just like AAA is remaining AAA.
And cover now for the match.
Wow, look at that. That is it. That is all, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of the tag team matchup, Triple H and Shawn Michaels, D-Generation X pick up the W over the Brothers of Destruction.
Great match.
That was a great match. I feel like having one more, but you know what I want to see for some reason? I want to see Brock Lesnar versus Eddie Guerrero. I don't know why I want to see that. Unless there's other, you know... Yeah, it would be. I think it would be a great match. You know, I want to see something like that.
Have we did Kurt Angle versus what's the other dude? I forgot his name.
Chad Gable?
Yeah. You all did that already?
No, we've never done that. That'd be an interesting match, though. Olympic wrestler versus Olympic wrestler.
I'll tell you what I would love to see, and it can't happen, but I'd love to see Malenko versus Angle.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, we could try to acquire Malenko. Who knows what he's up to these days? I'm pretty sure he's retired from pro wrestling, but you never know.
Yeah, last I heard he was.
Yeah.
The other one I wouldn't mind seeing, except it would be boring as all hell. Angle versus Storm.
Lance Storm?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Kurt Angle versus Bret Hart would be a fun match to watch, too.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle and Bret Hart in a submission match or something.
High-level tag team strategy from these two guys. Well done.
Undertaker versus Abyss would be fire. Yep, it would be.
Well,
there's a lot of good matches we can come up with.
But, I know Lance Storm could be in just any match against the greatest around, most entertaining around, and it'd be boring as hell.
Yeah. Yeah, unless you're there looking for just the wrestling aspect of it, right? Because, I mean, when you're talking straight up wrestling, he's one of the best ever. When it comes to character and having some sort of persona or charisma, personality, it just was not there. It was not there. So...
I mean, when you get a guy that ends up with most of the major titles, change them all to Canadian titles,
all the Canadian titles,
boring as hell. Yeah, they couldn't even make that work.
You know what else would be an interesting matchup? Like Andre the Giant versus Yokozuna.
Oh, man.
I wonder who would win that match.
Ooh, that would be...
Yeah. It'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Big John Studd versus Andre the Giant.
Oh, that'd be good too. Yeah, that would definitely be good too.
I would say Great Khali versus Omos. They're like a boring match.
Yeah, that would not be fun. Apparently Omos is, putting in the work to improve his in-ring skills, so we'll see what happens going forward, but I don't know.
Yeah, K2, he did pretty good in AAA. He went over there.
Yeah, he's just so big. He's limited in so many different ways, so he's really going to have to work it to make anything.
I'll top y'all one, boss. Khali versus the Giant.
Speaking of the Giant, we do have the Giant. We could have, like, Andre versus the Giant. That might be fun.
Oh, yeah.
The Giant inked a contract when Wolfpack Championship Wrestling came back. The Giant inked a contract pretty quickly.
Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong Giant.
Yeah, are you talking about, like, the Giant from WCW, the Giant?
No.
Oh,
the Giant, the one that had the most boring Undertaker match of all time.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Giant Gonzalez.
Was Gonzalez? Okay.
The guy that wore the big bodysuit.
Giant.
He's the one that wore the bodysuit. That was awful, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that
him
was
versus
awful.
Khali would be almost as boring as any Lance Storm match.
Yeah.
So he only had one match in his entire career?
Who did?
The Giant Gonzalez.
Oh no, he had more than one matchup. He had way more than one matchup.
Hey, true. I don't remember that one match. In the Undertaker. That's the only match I remember.
That's the only one that he had anything even remotely good to it. Yeah. Something memorable.
What's memorable? I was waiting for your.
Or the only thing memorable was the Undertaker match.
That's the only match I remember with him and Undertaker. I don't remember none of his other matches.
Yeah. I think you guys both had good lists. They were both interesting lists.
Oh yeah.
And that's the first time in a while we've had lists, even for that matter. When you think, right? So.
Well, that's why I went ahead and had to get one.
Yeah. So here we go. This will probably be our final match of the day. It is Brock Lesnar versus Eddie Guerrero. Let's rock and roll. Go home happy time. I gotta figure out if anybody is live on Twitch, because we can always post a link and send people flying, but I don't know who's doing what.
Well, I'm debating if I want to go live or not.
Well, if you make up your mind, I can post your link. I mean, I guess I can post it anyway.
So I'm trying to decide if I want to try to go live or if I want to just say fuck it.
And we'll watch stuff on Discord. We could do that too. This has been a great day of matches, and again, no complications like we had yesterday in the land of purple.
Weighing in at 286 pounds,
Well, it's one of those things, like even yesterday, and I know it was only the last two matches, but when that happens, it completely changes the momentum of the show. It changes the mood, you know what I mean? So, I hate that, and Twitch is getting bad for it. Like, there's a lot of crashes on, and not just with our game, specifically, but, you know, you see a lot of people crashing.
I think looking at YouTube.
With Twitch. YouTube I don't have any problems with. The only time I ever had an issue with YouTube, and that it was actually game-related, I think it was 2K24, I think, before they finally fixed it, where it was crashing. If you did any custom matches or if you had multi-man matches, they would crash for a while there, if you guys remember that.
Oh, yeah.
So I've got 1 or 2 VODs that were split because of that. Any other show you look up on here that we've done live has never had an issue. We've always had a nice, stable, smooth-running show here on YouTube. And our audience is growing here on YouTube. So that was why I wanted to start.
That's awesome.
I know. That's why I wanted to start doing putting more content out for YouTube. I mean, the people that are subscribing and coming to watch the shows, like even our last show here on YouTube got 64 views. You know, we're getting up there. We're getting more and more views. I mean, in the past we've had shows where we've had like 100, close to 120, but most of the time we fall way under that. And now we're picking up steam and momentum, and more people are subscribing and watching videos. I think the last time I counted, the channel was sitting at 5.5 thousand views in the last little while.
But there's no denying his bad attitude is going to take him a long
So we're actually, in many ways, getting more attention here on YouTube than we are on Twitch. And you're also finding a lot of people, not that I'm saying I'm going to leave Twitch or anything, but a lot of people are migrating to YouTube again. Going back to YouTube, you know. I think that's for many reasons. But I just wish I could get Stream Elements working better with YouTube. I am going to post your link just in case you decide to say fuck it and go live. I'm doing it right now.
Okay.
It'll be under the Glenola channel, right?
And with the bell, we're about to see Eddie Guerrero in action.
Or are you going to go under
it'd be, I think...
Like, are you going to do a music stream or are you going to do a game stream?
And that's manifested in his in-ring style.
Well, that's what I was trying to decide.
It might be easier for you. No, not at all.
A game stream would be easier. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to live. I was kind of planning on it, but maybe tomorrow after I get home and...
Alright, fair enough.
Fills in me, because I get this thing removed tomorrow.
Well, I see Moon Raiders live. I just don't know if he's actually doing anything. Moon, are you actually doing anything on your channel, or is it just, you know, ghastly bullshit?
I am thinking of doing a house show myself.
Well, fuck, let's do it then. I'm going to put your...
Because I'm just doing my card at the moment, because as I didn't do Rampage
Okay, well, I'm gonna put your link in the chat right now. So that way, when the show is over, everybody can click that link and join Moonraider over on Twitch. What's the name of the show and what's happening? May as well tell us a little bit about it.
Basically, I wanted to do Rampage, but then I basically was just like this past week's Rampage, which never happened because of like some negative, like some drama because of because of the lack of show, like the lack of days and stuff.
Oh, okay.
As well. So I basically decided to get Rampage, and so I also have a house show which I haven't done for 2 weeks now because of having a lot of shows within the last week.
Right.
Which was a few days later, so I'm thinking of doing the house show this week to call it as Rampage sort of show.
By the way, was anybody able to finally hear Boss? I don't know if anybody actually ever answered. We're just trying to figure out if he got his volume working correctly and shared. No, I know.
Hi, Honeybee.
Yo, Honeybee Wrestling. Honeybee is just coming in. Honeybee, you're going to want to check out B. Jackson versus January for the TWA World's Championship. Two legends, former teammates even. What a banger of a match. You're going to want to check that out, Honeybee. Right now we're just watching some retro matches. What's going on, Honeybee? What is doing exciting? We're just watching some retro matches to end the day. Right now, Brock Lesnar versus Eddie Guerrero. We just watched DX versus the Brothers of Destruction. It was a great match, actually. So, Honeybee, seeing how you just got here, as long as this matchup doesn't take too long, is there a retro match you'd like to see?
Not getting a 2 count at this point has to be frustrating.
But yeah, January versus B. Jackson was a great match. It was a last woman standing match for the TWA World's Championship.
I don't think people realize the amount of strength it takes to hurl someone like that. Ooh, he saw it coming. Ooh.
It was.
Good defense there.
You know what would be a fun match to watch? Honeybee might approve. Adam Cole versus Aleister Black.
What was fun? Well, saw that match back in.
Or we can do Nightmare Demon,
Well, Damien already had a match today, though. We're trying to keep. That's the purpose of the retro matches, is because we were constantly having our wrestlers go into overtime and wrestle other matches and injuring them. So we're trying to give other people a showcase here, like our legends. So I don't want to put Damien in a match because he just had a brutal match with Mufasa.
Neither competitor is backing down. Oh, jeez. Here's the cover. Could be it. Oh, he kicked out. Wow. Right in the breadbasket.
The American Nightmare?
Guerrero was ready there. Batten down the hatches. Reversal into the inverted DDT.
Oh, God. Dang, I might have been real blank.
He got what?
About a power bomb.
Demon.
Way up there.
Demon Finn Balor? Demon Finn Balor versus Aleister Black. Interesting.
Getting dangerously close to ending it all there.
Honeybee said nothing new much. Preparing to move to university on Saturday. Fantastic. Got to pack up all my shit. Ooh, that could be good. I think she likes the idea of Adam Cole versus Aleister Black. Brock Lesnar kicked out again. As expected, these guys are putting on a spectacle here. Ooh, 5-star frog splash. Wow, he kicked out again. Wyatt family versus Wyatt 6. I mean, that'd be like them facing them.
Now, if we're going to do something like that, Undertaker versus Undertaker.
Hey, it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's actually happened.
Yeah, it has, yeah. Yeah, one was wearing a purple glove, one was wearing a gray glove. Everybody was trying to figure out which one was which for the longest time, and that's it, that's all, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match. Brock Lesnar, the Beast Incarnate, picks up a big W over Eddie Guerrero.
Did they do one with Kane too? Kane with Kane? Did they have one about Kane too?
I don't remember if they did one with Kane that way, but you know, I know they had a fake Kane at one point.
Yeah,
did they?
For a short time.
I know they had a fake Diesel and a fake Razor Ramon. That was stupid too, by the way. Even back in the day, you know, when all that shit that was so fucking stupid. They put them on there just to prove that they own the rights to the characters and could utilize whoever. And they had, of course, Kane, or back then at the time would have, or shortly there before, would have been Isaac Yankem. DDS was the fake Diesel. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
It was awful. I forget who the fake Razor Ramon was, but he was terrible.
I forgot who it was.
Does anybody remember who the fake Razor was? We'd probably have to look that up. But it was ghastly, though.
Eddie Guerrero is stunned by this outcome.
Brock Lesnar with the big W. Who was it?
Rick Wagner.
Now, what other names did he go by, though? Because I don't recognize that
I'm looking
specific
it up
name.
right now.
Some people from the past, like I know who they are if you tell me their wrestling name or names, but if you tell me their real name, I don't necessarily know who they were. All right, for Honeybee, we're going to do Adam Cole versus Aleister Black. And I think we're going to do it. What kind of a matchup should we put those two in?
Big Titan and WC or ECW.
Yeah, Big Titan, yeah.
Briefly appeared
Underground match, I think.
Mega Man.
Now, we won't put...
He'll do.
Let's just do Falls Count Anywhere. And we're going to do Adam Cole versus Aleister Black, who, of course, when he was in AEW, was Malachi Black. He's done amazing since coming back to the WWE, by the way, I've got to tell you. I'm happy with what Aleister Black has been up to so far.
See, Big Titan, Rick Title, and Tido, and then fake is Ramon.
Interesting.
Did he go by Mega? Did he go by Mega Man, something like that too?
No, it doesn't. Not that I'm seeing. I think he's from Calgary, Archer.
Is he really?
Yeah, birthplace Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he is Canadian.
Yeah, I didn't know that at all, which is weird.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Here comes Adam Cole, baby.
Who do you be a good fight for? Big Boss Man.
Big Boss Man? Anybody, man. That guy was so versatile. Big Boss Man was way, I think, first of all, underappreciated, underutilized, underrated. That guy...
I'll give you a great match. Stupid storyline. One of the worst storylines they ever did with Boss Man. Al Snow.
Yeah. Oh, God. That was painful to watch, actually. It really was. It was painful to watch. I forgot to ask Oni if you noticed I was able to fix his logo. For some reason on the last episode, or the last house show, pre-recorded show we did, I know that Oni's logo was like crooked, so was Honeybee's. And it took a while, but I figured out how to finally straighten them so they look proper up there. In addition to our other logos that we have LCW in the ring, of course, HCC from Team Mufasa. Their promotion is being advertised on our ring, of course. And then we have the Wolfman Alan Severn, of course. Wolfpack Championship Wrestling being advertised, of course.
I will say, Al Snow is one of those that could work with anybody.
I mean, I didn't always necessarily like every single thing he was doing, but yeah, he was very good, Al Snow.
Yeah, and
he could work with anybody. You're right.
Yeah, and I love the story behind Head.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually started off because of Mick Foley.
That was crazy.
Did they describe one with
Aleister Black?
One demon. Is back. Who was that dude that carried that?
Oh, Black. Steve Blackman and him were head cheese.
There's somebody else they never quite could figure out back in the time what to actually do with that guy. I think Steve Blackman could have been utilized way better than he was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like for instance, I would have put Steve Blackman with Ken Shamrock and had them wreck the tag team division for a while. You know what I mean?
That is a frightening thought, Corey.
Problem is Vince McMahon didn't always value the tag team division, right? So.
Well, not just that, but Blackman had skill, but he wasn't always the best in the ring.
No, yeah, there was a lot of botches with Steve Blackman. I will agree to that.
He was too used to just fighting somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
You can credit his mindset, his intense focus, and also his intensely calm state.
2.0.
Oh? Interesting.
But I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to that idea. I think they threw it in the trash. Like, that would have been a good. I don't know if it would have been good, but it would have been very. It would have been. I don't know how that would have went.
Well,
Still can't get the goddamn chat commands to work. I thought I'd try one more time. Maybe Stream Elements was late to the game. I don't know. But no, it's still not working. I got to figure that out. I don't know why it's not. Why it's not working.
And he goes crashing to the outside.
oh wow.
He has him lined
I was
right
just clearing
in his
off my
sights.
notifications for YouTube.
Yeah.
God, terrible landing on the outside.
Title for a video that was posted. Scammed. She thought she sent money to an astronaut in space.
Oh my. Okay, yeah, because the astronaut in space would want money from some individual.
I might have to watch that one later.
Oh, look at the knees. Endless knee strikes. Showing absolutely no mercy at all. What an
Does anybody, is anybody managing Aleister Black? I forget. Is it Fedoni? Maybe he is, I forget.
I think they were.
Yeah, I think he might be.
From ring post to ringside, risking it all paid off. No clue what he hopes to find down there.
Aleister Black has been in bangers since inking a contract.
And this place just turned into South Swamp. And he moves in for the cover.
He was even undefeated for a bit there.
A kick out, and you can see the frustration starting to build. It'll take more than that to hold him down.
Of course, as this is just exhibition, this doesn't affect his season record or anything like that.
There's a lot of very unforgiving surfaces up there.
Neither do tournaments.
Chairs, stairs, barricades, tables.
He's got him down to the pin.
I wish you could put a tournament into Universe mode. Much like you can import a show, you should be able to import a tournament.
I thought they allowed you to do that now.
No, I wish.
Damn.
Here's the
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, it would.
But unfortunately, Archer, I am going to have to take off. So you have a good night, and I'll talk to you later on.
Sounds good. This is the last match anyways, and then we're going to wrap things up. I think I did put Moon Raider's link in the chat if anybody wants to click that and go visit Moon Raider, who's going to be working a house show.
Yeah, it's going to be a live one, as I did the Rampage this week.
This is no time to hesitate. You can feel the end coming. Knew what was coming there.
But another great day of matches. Our inaugural episode, or inaugural live episode anyways, of TWA in Your House. Absolutely fantastic. We stacked the card. You saw matches today that you won't normally see on the live version of In Your House, like the World Championships. It was a very special appearance by the World Champions today, defending their championships.
What's the thought here?
But all three brands will compete in the live version, much as they do with the pre-recorded shows. So it's going to be a show to keep your eye on in addition to Wolfpack Championship Wrestling. Our next show, our next live show, will of course be Wrestle Wars Genesis. You know, that's a show I don't think we've ever done live on YouTube. We should bring Genesis for just one show to YouTube one of these times.
Headed back into the ring.
He just flipped the script there. Oh, he's going for the pin.
Our next show will be 645. Or sorry, 655, sorry. That puts us only 45 away from 700. We're on the road to 700 shows.
Aleister lives on. That was the
the best weapon in the arsenal, but it wasn't enough to produce an end result.
Quite likely.
Okay.
Quite likely, because that is a milestone, right? Usually for every 100 shows we do something big. Our very first one was the Hundo. That it was literally everybody back in the day labeled it as the Hundo. It was a great show. It is on YouTube. I was able to get... It would have been spotty after that because they were deleting VODs in a very strange manner. They deleted a lot of my early VODs. But I was able to salvage everything from 100 on. What the hell? Why is Los Lotharios even involving themselves in this matchup? Somebody has a problem with Adam Cole. Wow. Distraction worked. Opportunity seized. Oh my God. Is Adam Cole ever going to be pissed off? Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, Aleister Black. And I'm going to guess probably, even though it was a pinfall, I think he was probably knocked out.
I think he was too.
Distracted by Los Lotharios. Damn. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, that is it. That is all for our inaugural episode of TWA in Your House Live. Fantastic day, fantastic show. Again, there's matches you saw today you won't normally see on the show. You will see championship matches, but you won't see the world champions here very often. It was a very special showing. A very special day, very great day. It was a lot of fun. We can't rate anybody because we're on YouTube, but I did post Moon Raider's link, so if y'all will click that link and go over to Moon Raider's channel, he's getting ready to run a show, and that should be ready sooner than later. But as always, appreciate you all. You guys are all fucking awesome. Stay fucking awesome. I've said it time and time again, we got one of the greatest communities on any platform. You know, we've had small little problems here and there in 6 years. We've always dealt with it and overcame it, and it's always been a safe place for people to come together, have a good time, watch some great matches, and feel safe in their environment. So if we've done anything together as a community, we can be proud of that. And, you know, we're getting a great audience here on YouTube. We've got a great audience on Twitch. So it's a good thing. You guys are awesome. You guys are TWA. I've said it time and time again. That's why when Glow likes to rib me about Appreciation Day for Archer, there's no appreciation for Archer. Archer's a vessel. You guys create the storylines and further them and the characters, and you show up week after week. You know what I mean? You guys, TWA is your channel. It is a channel for the people, by the people. But it is that time of day. Go visit. Click that link, goddammit. Click it. Go visit Moon Raider. You don't have to go home. You do have to get the fuck out of my channel, though. Goodbye.